Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey. I'll wait for everyone to come in. Hey. Tap that screen as you come in. Share the live. We've got a great guest today. Random promote coupon to get more viewers. Redeem your promote coupon. Oh, promote coupon. What the heck is that? Oh, well. Hey, welcome in, everybody. I'm going to have GreenHorn Grove joining us here in a bit. So stick around. Guys know who he is. Great content creator on here who's helping people be more self-sustainable. A lot of great information, so stick around. He'll be joining us here in a few. So how is everybody? Hey, make sure when you're coming in, tap that screen. It helps the algorithm, helps get more people in here that are like-minded and want to learn what we have to share today. So tap that screen, share the live out. It helps the algorithm. You guys are going to be, it's just help out the channel as well. So you guys tap that screen in here, tap that, helps the algorithm.
Hey, buddy. Let me see if I can figure this.
How you, buddy?
Good. There we go.
There you go. Hey. Just give it a few minutes for everyone to roll in, but I'll introduce you and stuff. How you doing today?
Sure. Oh, I'm good.
Hey. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Just working
Thanks
out.
for doing this. And
My pleasure. Is there a delay on these?
What do
Because
you?
I've never done this before.
If you were doing a live and you were doing it, there would be no delay. But since it's me, sometimes I get a 20-minute delay, but not when there's another live person in the live. Usually, if it's just myself, but it might be just catching up. Sometimes they put me on a 20-minute delay, but if someone's in the live with me, then it should run normal time. Ask my
Okay.
guest. Hey, everything clear in the chat? Put a 2 up. If everything's clear, you guys are hearing everything. Put a 2 in the chat. Give it a few minutes. See how it's 11:00. So like in
See if that helps.
2. Got 4 people in here. Let me share this out. Get some people in here.
Can
So
I
a
share
little
it?
bit
How
about
do
my
I share it?
I met you on Instagram first, I believe,
Yep, it was
and you
Instagram
were
first.
talking about my moringa trees and stuff, and you were doing a video. But he grew up on this platform as well, really fast. I know you're on YouTube as well. But
Yep.
what I do on this, I know you've talked to me on Instagram. As I started out as a microgreens farmer. That's not my whole story, but and then I got into moringa, and I started this channel basically trying to help people be more self-sustainable, teaching about electroculture, teaching them about primary water, microgreens, and then I started being the connecting to everybody, and that's how I started this thing. I asked my followers because I grew, and I says, "Hey, what would you want me to bring other herbalists and learn more information?" And I have equine therapists, I have people like yourself on here, and it's to get that information out there. I get comments all the time. People DM, "Hey, I'm glad you introduced me to so and so," or "Hey, this and this," and "Hey, I've stopped doing this," or "Hey, I started doing this," and that's same as what you're doing. You're helping people get into that mind frame, saying, "Hey, you know." So that's basically what I do on here too. So I have a just herbalist alone. I have a whole list, and trying to help people build communities and uh, let them know there's other alternatives out there to what they're used to. I mean, you're a big example of that, and I thought I was going in. I wanted to be in the bed and breakfast business. That didn't work out for me. Yeah, it just went totally another direction. And people are jumping in. Hey, welcome in, everybody. I got like 3 people in here. And I have a good connection. Is everyone hearing the live okay? Put 4 in the comments if you can hear the live and it's coming in clear. There you go. I got people coming in now. A lot of them are coming in at this time, so they're getting off work or whatever. Hey, Sarah at the live. Share out the live, Sarah. Appreciate it. And
I
a
want to
lot of
share it.
people,
I just don't know how. I see a share button down in the lower right-hand corner here, but will it show me
get
as
that.
live if people see my thing?
Yeah. They should see you that you're live on your followers should. But if you hit that button, that share, and then you go, it pops up a share to, and you just click on people that you want to share it with. That's usually how that works.
Copy that. I don't follow a lot of people on here,
Well,
just because I haven't got time.
Right, they follow you. You have a big following.
Well, I want to follow them, but I've been getting them. So we've gained almost 100,000 followers on TikTok in the last, I want to say, 2 months. So they come in so fast; they're like 400 or 500 at a time, and I don't have time to look through them all to see who's following. Well, so I got to actually.
Right. They and they'll penalize you. TikTok will penalize you for following too fast.
Yeah.
And then they'll penalize you for sharing too fast or anything that you do too much of. they seem not to like it on this platform for I don't know.
All things in moderation, I guess, is the key. Hello, Anna.
Yeah. Hey, Anna. Welcome in. Share the live. I'm going to go ahead and start it. People will start to roll in. I know a lot of people will start to come in. And a lot of people forget, even though I have it every Saturday live, everyone, oh man, we totally forgot about it. And family and, things get in, and that's why I try to share out through the week. I'm going to get started. Hey, everyone. This is Matthew from you guys. I just lost a blank. What's the name of your channel? GreenHorn Grove. So if you watch him, he's on Instagram, YouTube. He's going to tell you his story, so I won't get into that. But thank you, everybody, for giving Matthew the time. And he's busy. He has a lot of stuff going into that. And we appreciate him being here. So, Matt, it's all yours. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's why the people are here. Just listen to you. So it's very easily just kind of tell us why you're here. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for money. I'm not here to gain power. I'm on social media because I want to raise awareness about our food system primarily. I'm big on biodiversity. Our food system has lost so much biodiversity. It's an issue because with monoculture farming, we tend to lean towards one crop. Like, for instance, wheat. Common wheat makes up, I want to say 90%, 98% of the wheat we grow. So there's a lot of other wheats out there. And what we're losing is we're losing the ability to resist diseases, resist pests. And there's a story I like to tell, which is about the grapevines. And in the 1900s, the grapevines were attacked by this vine louse called Phylloxera bastatrix. And it goes after the vine on the grape and attacks it, sucks out the nutrients, and the plant turns red, gets red and yellow leaves, and it dies. And so the European wine stocks were being wiped out by this. And so what happened was they ended up figuring out that they could take the American rootstock and graft the European vines onto American rootstock, and it would make it resistant to this vine louse, Phylloxera bastatrix. And so the moral of the story is that if they hadn't had that American rootstock to start with, they wouldn't have been able to graft the two together and solve the problem. So when we lose biodiversity, we lose the ability to resist pests and diseases and things like that. And then the only solution we have after that is to create genetically modified organisms in order to resist things. which is a slippery slope to walk down too. So that's why I'm here, is to raise awareness about things like that, and just talk about homesteading and this lifestyle. It changed my life and made it for the better. So I grew up in a city, you know. So that's me in a nutshell. And we got any questions? Just throw them out there.
Was it Chicago?
Chicago, sweet home Chicago. Yeah. People ask me all the time if I'll go back, and I got to tell you, I say why. I made it out. I got out of there alive and survived the whole thing. So, and I was before. Go ahead.
Yeah, just you were kind of, I guess, going into it. What made? I mean, you just totally did a big turnaround, just big flip.
Yeah. Well, I'm Gen X, and I'm not afraid of taking risks. So after COVID, when COVID happened, there was two words that came out. I was in the nightclub industry, and they shut us down for basically a year. We didn't have kitchens. We're a nightclub.
That was
So they were like, you don't need to come back in. We don't need a bunch of people jammed into a tight space. That's the last thing we want. And so they were just able to shut us down for almost a year. I think it was like 9-10 months. And so there was that one term that they use for everything, non-essential. And I said, how am I a non-essential person? Like, I'm essential. I'm an important person for the world. I didn't like the feeling of somebody saying, well, we don't need you. Go sit at home and wait, and we'll call you when we need you. We'll tell you when you can come back again. And so I said, I'm not going to be non-essential ever again. And I figured out a way to, obviously I social distance very well. We have 26 acres of social distancing here. And, we can do anything we need. We grow our own food. We're self-sufficient. We have some solar. We have our own well. We have means to take care of ourselves. So, this is about as essential as you can get. So that was a big lesson for me.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. And I was Instagram your first social media, or did you?
It was.
How? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys aren't on Instagram. Make sure you follow them on other platforms. Make sure you're following them on Facebook. Make sure you're following them on Instagram. And I just had up his Amazon account there, and he's has items that, like, if you're looking to be, like I said, be more self-sustainable, these things are valuable. Or
most of them are stuff I've used in some of my videos and things. I'm not real big on that. Like, I don't promote that a ton.
Right.
I'm GreenHorn Grove on all platforms. You can find me on all of them. I'm trying to get more into creating unique content for different stuff, but right now it's pretty much all the same stuff. So if you follow me one place, you follow me all places. It's the same stuff for now. Eventually, we're going to be doing some new stuff. Facebook and YouTube are going to be getting some exclusive content and freeze drying and food prep. We're going to kind of try to move some stuff around so that the different audiences get some stuff that's more unique to them. But yeah, we started on Instagram. It was, I was just bored. I mean, it's a farm, I'm just walking around with a pitchfork, and I'm a city kid, don't really know what I'm doing, having to look things up on YouTube the whole time. And I was just bored. So I was like, well, I was getting my whole plan, because I made a business plan before we bought this property. I had a business plan. I knew what was going to happen. I had a plan.
Right.
None of that happened. None of that stuff ever happened. But I had a plan, and part of that plan was social media. So I got on Instagram, and I came on here and I didn't know. Oh, that's great, Anna. You should. We got Harvest Right is who's going to sponsor that segment. So we're going to be able to do some cool stuff. So I had a plan. I came out here and I had all these social media before we even got to the farm, and then I didn't know what to do with them. I had no idea. I didn't have social media before this. My last social media was MySpace. Like,
right,
literally. I didn't know what to do. So I'm looking at what other people are doing. I see people are doing these voiceovers. I was like, I think I can do some of these voiceovers, and I did one. You guys might remember the voiceover. It's from a couple of years ago. This is probably 3 years ago, and it's like, so you want to move to a piece of property with me and build a chicken coop, or what? We can buy baby cows. Okay, we can buy 2 baby cows. It's like that stupid voiceover. I did that one, and that went, tiny viral, and I gained like 10,000 followers all of a sudden. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And so I spent the next 2 years doing voiceovers. You remember that one? That was a great. I still get likes on that reel. Like it's
Yeah.
from 2021. I still get likes on that reel. People find that somehow and they're like, yeah, let's get some cows. Um, but uh, but yeah, I did voiceovers for like 2 years, and the end of 2023 rolled around, and I was just tired of doing them. I was like, it's not genuine. It's not me. There's nothing authentic about this. And so around Christmas of last year, I was like, I'm just going to start talking to the camera. I'm just going to start talking to the camera. I'm going to start talking and discussing things and kind of editing it together. And so I did that, and we had 25,000 followers in December. And I thought that was a lot. I was like, this is great. I've done amazing. 25,000 followers in 2 years. I'm a small size deal. And then I started doing these voice videos where I talked to the camera and explained things and did instructions and kind of my own format and style. And we've gained 700,000 followers on 6 platforms in 4 months.
Right.
So it's been insane. It's been crazy.
But
Really.
your content is really informative. It's appreciated. Uh, my community here alone. I mean, this is what we do, and a lot of them, you inspire them to, hey, because all the stuff you're like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And you have a lot of videos that you put out a plan, like your 7 plans or whatever you're doing to, in a day. Or the thing that I like is every on your day off or something, you do one new thing or something, or you fix one thing.
The law of one.
Yeah.
These are real things that I cook up in my head when I'm walking around alone on the farm. The law of one. It's every week I do one thing to improve a process or make something work better. Every week, one thing. It can be small. It can be building something big. It can be cheap. It can be free. But I do one thing to try to improve my process. I love that one.
Going into a butcher tomorrow. Well, good for you. That's cool. Yeah, and with, I think a lot of people woke up during the last couple of years, or started to, or just like changed. I worked kind of in the whatever I had, so I was essential and non-essential. I worked in a essential where I provided service to people, so I was essential and I needed to be there. And the other one was kind of like you did. I was private security for a big, where we did events and stuff like that. And they wanted to close up and says, we didn't do anything for a whole year. And when they went back to it or whatever, I was kind of there, but the rules didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me, and I was like, man, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. Um, I gave up my contract. I says, no, this is ridiculous. It was. So I still worked at my essential place, and I just says, hey, you know what? I gotta change things. And so that's how. But like what you're doing, um, and I started on here like just learning how to garden and doing stuff like that, and I started running into herbalists and stuff like that. So, and bringing them on here, many are in the chat. And they're helping people in a different way, showing them a different opportunity. And that's the whole thing with the farming and the microgreens, and growing your own, having your chickens, or whatever you're doing. Uh, People are more acceptable to than they were, I believe, a couple of years ago. And yourself and myself, we're part of that 1 or 2%, depending which graph you're looking at, of farmers that are growing their own stuff. That it used to be 40% years ago. We used to grow 40% of us grew our own food. It was victory gardens, and now everyone's just wants green grass and pretty flowers, and they're just stuck buying it at the store. So let's see what else we got in here.
Absolutely. Now, I'd say the biggest drawback for me has actually been working on social media. Has actually been all this. Has been the fact that I have all this, and it's like people see this is. It's been a major issue for me. Is that people are like, well, yeah, I can't do that. I don't have that much land, but this is. I mean, you can see how much this is not being used. Like it's if I could give one message to people, it's that the most sustainable form of homesteading and small farming is less than 1 acre.
Right.
The more land, the more work. Like I got all this because it's Greenhorn Grove. We have no idea what we're doing. And so I bought 26 acres because like I'm going to need 26 acres because that's what you need to grow food for a family of four. You can't do it on less than that. So I bought this huge property. To be honest with you, if I'd have bought something smaller, I could put more work and more time into making what I had more useful.
Right, right, and same. I mean, I got 20 acres, and actually the Mike Moringa farmer that actually he's wide now, but he started out, but he to this day he only has, I think he has a little bit less than 2 acres. He grows. He's going to hit 100,000 trees this year, but he's right now 50, he had 500 trees,
Hi, Cheyenne.
5,000. But he grows that on less than a quarter acre, and he's a permaculture food forest, but he's one of the biggest suppliers here of moringa in the United States, and like you just said, he doesn't have a whole bunch of acres, but he's able to do what he's doing on less than a quarter acre. He's still
Yeah.
developing and uh, putting other stuff on his property. So
You know,
it's
one of my favorites is the Urban Homestead in Pasadena, California. They've been around since the 80s. So they're amazing. They're in Pasadena, California. Like who's thinking they're
right,
like homesteaders? You're like, there's no homesteaders in Pasadena. There are. And they do it on a fifth of an acre. And the garden's a tenth of an acre. And they produce literal tons of food. They feed, I want to say, I'm trying to remember, make sure I remember the stats, but I know they sell 200 families produce boxes, like a CSA program. And then they donate like 10,000 pounds of food per year to the local community. They teach classes, and they do this on their gardens are a tenth of an acre because that house is a tenth of an acre and the garden's a tenth of an acre. So that
right,
on a fifth of an acre, they produce enough for not just one family but hundreds of families.
right, right. And that's I have a couple programs like that out here in Oklahoma. Um, my whole how I got into it, that's how I came up from them farms. So I wanted to and there's this one he actually I think he's in 5 states, but he basically is what he does. He turned his and they're all in the city. Is he grows for his community and the local stores there in his community, and um his whole front lawn and his back lawn is all vegetables and fruit, and like he supplies like literally his community, and he does this on several properties, but he's expanding, so it changes year round, of course, the different seasons. But that was, I mean, his neighbors looked at him like, "Hey, man, what do you? There's no grass or green," but he's growing all these vegetables and fruits and stuff, and he literally supplies the neighborhood, his community, and the local stores there. So that's something that is really aspiring, to that you can grow a lot of stuff and be able to, and that's what we promote a lot of these with Farm Fresh 24/7, Farmish app, farm, eggs nearby. A lot of these companies that are coming out, or apps that are coming out, they're trying to let people know there's local people in their area that can, that they can buy from instead of like these big corporate stores, and buy directly from the farmers. So that's something we like to promote. Everyone, tap your screen
Yeah,
share. All right. This
I
person
was
saying,
trying to do
"Yeah,
that
hold
too. I
on."
was like, I started doing that. I was like, can I tap the screen? So I was like, where do I tap?
He says, "Hold on to your land." A lot of people I have in here, like Stacy. She's in here.
Yeah,
She's a phenomenal herbalist. And Jedi in here. A lot of these who follow me and I follow. Uh, like I said, um, your approach and my approach are two different things, but we have basically the same goal
sure.
in mindset, or same mindset. So that's what's important, and you have such a big, and people are following you, and that's great because you're reaching a lot more people, and that's the whole concept of this. Even though I do, and I don't know how it works for you, and I hope you don't run into the stuff that some of us others do with the banning and oh, thank you for the team, but um, I mean they silence us. They totally and just just keep doing what you're doing, because if it doesn't matter if I'm doing it and pushing the word and helping people, or if it's you, it doesn't matter. It's just that we get that out there, and other people that are listening are hey, that's something I want to do, and it inspires them, and they they'll be doing their own 25 acres or whatever, or 2 acres, or just in their backyard.
I'd be happy if people just would put a garden in their backyard. Just start there.
Right.
People ask me all the time, like, how do I start? It's like, put it in a garden, do a container garden. And people, and they'd say, well, I don't have any land. According to Homesteaders of America, 19% of homesteaders are renters.
Right.
Not even people who own their land. It's 19% of all homesteaders that were polled were renters. So, you can do things. You can put a container garden out. You can, and people say, well, I'm an apartment. Well, you could consider looking at a house, maybe get some roommates, or I know that's not possible for everybody, but if it is possible for you, I think it's worth it. The savings that you make on food and stuff, especially these prices nowadays. I mean, who's going to the grocery store and spending less than $100 now?
Right. So, and that's the thing. So, like you said, that's the whole way I was pushing the microgreens. I know a lot of microgreen farmers that has been putting these kits into people's homes so they can grow indoors. And I think as Georgia's Best, who's he's usually in here, but this guy's done hydroponics or plants, and he does both hydroponics and whatever, all in his house. All in his house. He's got no yard or whatever, or I think maybe he's in an apartment, but I've seen his inside of his place, and he's all, this is why I don't have guests over. But he's growing it, man. He's having, dude, I got cucumbers growing in my front living room, so and it's amazing. Once you start growing something, it changes you. It's like, oh man, I got my first tomatoes in. Hey, I can eat, I don't have to go buy those anymore. Hey, I got my first watermelon in, or whatever it is. If it's herbs, or spices, or microgreens, you're like, wow, hey, it's an amazing feeling, and that not only doing good for yourself, but it saves you in the economy and stuff like that. There's so much benefits from it, and it's fresh. You're not all this. You don't know a lot of stuff that's going on. You don't know where it's coming from, or what's being sprayed on it, or who's making it, if it's made in a lab or whatever it's being done. So that's why
the other thing is, like, we look at large scale agriculture and how much food waste is produced by large scale agriculture for all the food that it's not pretty enough for the grocery store, it's not right for the grocery store, that ends up in landfills or ends up getting wasted, or even the fact that stuff that goes to the grocery store and stays on the shelf too long, it's gotten rid of. But when you grow something, you eat it, you take care of it, you preserve it, you do something because you made it. You put time and energy into that. You're not going to let it go to waste. We don't waste anything here. We feed the chickens with what's left over. We preserve food. We give food away. We donate it to the local food banks, and we work with the local CSA. So when you're growing food, you're not wasting it. And the stuff that we use when we put it in the compost bins to become more food, that's not creating methane because the bacteria is breaking it down. When you throw it in a landfill, that food waste is just producing methane, and it's just terrible for the environment. So it's taking a little bit of the control away from big agriculture and moving it back into small scale local farms, or even in your backyard. It's, people don't realize, but even every person that does it chips away a little bit at the damage that we're doing and improves systems a little bit more. We're not spending gas and creating carbon monoxide with trucks hauling the stuff all over the country. You're producing in your backyard. You got a bucket, you walk out, you grab it. There's, your carbon footprint is zero because you're just walking across the grass and back. And it's just a much better way of doing things, a much better way of thinking about it.
And I don't think it's us entirely that are doing a lot of the but they make it, in my opinion. This is my opinion. It's all the stuff that they do to, and I've seen them doing it here in Oklahoma, where like what you're doing, and you're feeding people in your community. There's a group that actually does that, and they one night their whole crops, and they feed majority of their communities and several families, and it wasn't an act of nature, destroyed their whole crops, sprayed, and just destroyed. Like I don't know how they did it, but they were in big shock. They investigated it. They knew what happened, and but a lot of times, and they try to discourage us, although whatever's going on in the sky there with all the skywriting, but and then our soils and stuff like that, using the fertilizers and stuff like that they do. So a lot of us want to be healthier, better food, better water, but sometimes you have the powers that be, that they do and encourage this. Like for moringa, I think in Brazil and other countries and here in the U.S. Uh, we've ran into issues, but they banned it one time there in Brazil because it competed with a soybean. So it just depends who's in office and who's, in my opinion. But I think a lot of people are trying to do the thing.
So from them, let me address something that Dion said here. So the WEF said backyard gardens are the biggest carbon emitters. I don't know if it was the WEF, but there was a report that came out, and it did a study about small scale backyard gardens. Now, there was a big fuss online, and a lot of people talked about this article and said they were coming for our gardens. And I just want to clarify, I read the entire report. I have a friend who has a doctorate level of science degree who read the report for me and explained some things. What they're talking about in that article is they're talking about urban farms. And the reason urban farms had a higher footprint is they don't last as long. People buy new materials to build their beds. They're not upcycling materials in order to build raised beds and stuff. So that's creating a lot of carbon footprint right there. And then they're not sustaining them. So they're lasting 1 or 2 years and the programs are dying off. So they're using a bunch of materials to build these and then they're dying off. And so that's the main source of the carbon footprints. And it's specifically about urban gardens. They actually talk about how home gardens and even urban gardens still have a better carbon footprint on things like cucumbers and lettuce that are raised in these vertical hydroponic farms commercially. So it's still much better to do your backyard.
Yeah. And to each your own. Like he's saying, like a lot of, and that's what it is. It's when people do this, like what he's doing, and myself. It's not just for the trend or because we want a victory garden or whatever. It's a life changing event, and it's not only for better our health but our community. Trying to make that so this is something we want to pass on and something we want others encouraged to do. You can. Neither of us are doing, like you said earlier, doing it for clout or we're doing it for money. This is we're far from it. So this isn't something that you're gonna, hey, I'm gonna start a farm and garden and get rich. Make 6 figures or something. It's not say you can't do that, but this is not why we're in it. Something, if you talk to every one of my herbalists or someone who's doing what you're doing, it was a change in their life that they had to make for their health, basically, or for their community or something in that aspect. So, like the herbalists, all the herbalists that got into what they're doing is because something wasn't working and they wanted to change. So that's all I encourage, and that's all we encourage. Matthew, again, man, thank you so much for coming on here and talking with everybody and doing. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and the gifts. It's appreciated, and everyone that I bring on here, I try to set this up, a time frame, and and they're coming on their basically their dime. They're they're volunteering to do this. They're not getting paid to do it. Unless
I'm
Matthew,
not
you
getting
get.
paid for this.
Oh
I'm
shit!
just kidding.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't
I
mean
couldn't
to-
resist. I couldn't
but
resist.
but thank you so much. It's so much appreciated. You don't know how much this just coming out here and speaking and hearing you speak and changes a lot of just the way people think. And if we can do more of that, like I said, I don't care if it's you have a platform of 10 people on your platform and people hear you speak, or you share his videos or my videos. We'll do the speaking for you. That's not a problem. Um,
And if you
but
want
we
to make your own videos and you need help and you don't know how to do it, just message me. I will help. I'd help anybody who wants, because the more of us spreading the word, the more of us spread the word. You know what I mean? So if you need
yeah.
help, just let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm a helpful guy. If you've got a positive attitude and you want to do something positive for the world, I'm here for it. You know.
This guy's got you got man. I think we talked before. You had some amazing videos, and you did like I think you have a background in it, right? Or like graphics, or
I know
what
I've
did
I've
you?
got my degrees in fine arts. So I
Was
actually was on an Emmy award winning team that for some animation stuff, and some of my
stop.
artwork's been on NBC on the TV show Chicago Fire. But I never really did editing, video editing. I mean, I think I took one class in college. So that degree that I thought was actually going to be useless turned out to be useful for something finally, um, but just not what I thought it was going to be. So
Hey, your videos are great, and you're like you said, you're getting it out there, and you're touching a lot of people and drawing a lot of attention to what you do, and your information and what you put out is exceptional. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm sure everyone in here. What's this? I need to know how to deal with bugs and diseases on my plants without using chemicals.
first thing you want to look into is neem oil, man. And then neem oil is great, but there's also, which is organic, you can get it from Captain Jack's. You can also use marigolds. I co-plant with marigolds. Those repel pests. Rosemary and lavender are two things you can co-plant that repel pests. Mint repels a lot of pests. You can plant things that'll attract beneficial insects like ladybugs. So plant stuff like dill and fennel that ladybugs like, brings them into your garden, and they seem so sweet and they're so pretty, but those things are little monsters. Like they just destroy aphids.
Well,
Like they eat a lot of them. So
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of good ways to do it.
lemongrass,
Yeah,
moringa is
yeah.
actually the number one natural fertilizer, number one natural pesticide. It has a chemical in it that pest likes. There's some pest like, but he's talking about, and we do this. Well, ladybugs in here, a lot of them have been wiped out by this other Asian look-alike beetle, and they're aggressive. But what you can do is get praying mantis. You can buy praying mantis eggs, and they lay 100 uh, eggs at a time or whatever. But you can get a praying mantis, and man, they'll clear up all the. But what's important so if you're having a lot of pests and bugs and stuff like that, is because your soil and your plant life. I've seen studies and I've posted this before. There's something just like in our health. If something's going wrong and you're getting all this other stuff, something in your health is not right. So something in either your soil, your plant, they're not healthy. The bigger the bugs that are attracted to whatever, I think the lower the bugs like aphids and other creatures is because they're attracted to like I guess the sugar or something like that. It's attracted to the it's not healthy. Your plants aren't healthy. So the bigger the bugs like the praying mantis and the crickets or whatever, it's because your plants are healthier, and those will be attracted to eat those little ones, like he was saying. But um, I don't know if I still have. I'll try to share that with you as a study that, and I think I posted on here before, where they did like every 20, 30 years they do this study, and it shows like if you're attracting a lot of these lower uh, life bugs, whatever, aphids, and some of the other bugs of the mites and stuff like that, is because it has something to do with the health or whatever. I don't know if you ever heard that before, Matthew, or
No, I didn't, but
No,
I'm
I
going to
didn't.
look into it. I mean, it probably falls inside the principles of permaculture, which are a big part of what I'm studying right now. So
Right.
that it just makes sense. Like permaculture is that's my big curiosity, is my big obsession right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, Kendrick, who I've tried to get on here, but his account was bound. But it's the other content creator who actually helped me start my moringa farm. But he actually had he went to school to be an engineer. Um, and that's what he studied in school. And then he got into permaculture, and he got his degree in permaculture. Um, but engineering is actually, so now he's able to put the two together and design, properties and stuff. He's the, largest. He went from moringa, from engineering, permaculture to, having, you know our collective of moringa all over the world. But um, now he's able to use his degree, like yourself, like he said. He's like, well, I really loved what he was doing, but he's like, man, I don't want to be, there. I like to be outdoors and do that and do this, and so now he's able to sit back and look at your land and stuff like that, and use his degree of architecture and landscaping, and his engineering or whatever. So
We'll have to pick this up another Saturday. I have to get going. It's Mother's Day weekend, and we have a mom that wants to get out to the nursery. So you see, I have my trophy husband shirt on. She bought that for me. I didn't buy it for myself. Um, so we gotta go do my Mother's Day duties. Happily do my Mother's Day duties
thank
and
you
take.
again, Matthew. I appreciate you. Go do your
Thanks,
thing.
buddy.
We'll do this another
We'll
time
go buy
sometime.
some cool plants.
All right, love you, brother. Thank you a lot. Hey
Ciao, ciao.
guys,
Ciao, ciao.
go follow Matthew. Uh, go to his Instagram, his YouTube. You want me to put you out there, Matthew? He's got it. Hey, there he goes. Uh, like I said, and we appreciate you guys. Go follow him. Ask him questions. He'll answer your questions. There's my horse messing around back there. I don't know what she's doing. Was she way the fuck back there? But I only asked them to come on here for 20 minutes and just hang out, and it's sometimes um it's very interesting. I mean, it's cool, and I think I'm boring. I bore the hell out of these guests, but I appreciate them. I thank you all for being here. I thank you for sharing the likes. I hope you guys get something out of this. That's why I bring them here. I still get suppressed. This guy has over close to 1 million followers and stuff like that, and he's got like a few people in here that of all of his followers. I don't have a big following, but it's not that small. But when we have the amount of people in here from that, and because we're talking about something that's beneficial and helpful, and like I said, even if I'm reaching 30 people to maybe 2 people, it's fine. They're the ones that need to hear the message. They're the ones that will get the benefits from it. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, everyone, happy Mother's Day. I love coming into your lives. Thanks for always doing this for everyone. Hey, I appreciate and I love doing it. Trying to get, like I said, I'm always trying to get some quality people in here. And even if they don't have time, they make their time just to do this for me and for you guys. This is my main point. I tell them, it's not for me. I don't do this for clout. I don't do this to get big following and racing, whatever. My job is to introduce these people to you. So maybe you didn't know. Maybe you didn't follow GreenHorn Grove and didn't know anything about Matthew, you know, and maybe you're meeting people in the chat here that have the same like-minded. That's why you're in here, because you guys have the same like-minded and want to learn and want other stuff. So you can not only meet people in the chat, but you can meet the content creator that I have in here at that time. So I thank you all. If you guys have things to do, I'm going to stay on for a little bit while I'll probably talk about Moringa or answer any other questions. If you guys have questions for me, and I haven't seen you in a while. I've seen you now and then. I used to see you on this platform. I know you're busy with life. I hope everything's going good for you. I hope you're safe. Sarah, thank you for being here. Um, Cherokee, Cheyenne as well. You guys are all great. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I don't say it enough. I appreciate all the comments and you guys hitting on my videos and communicating with me. Um, and I'm trying to, put up more great content. I'm gonna be doing a recipe thing here, giving more recipes for those of you that either use moringa or bought moringa from me, and you want to know more ways how to use it. I'm gonna be putting more content up like that, showing you different recipes, how to make pestos, how to make uh, smoothies, or how to cook with it. Just different. Make cookies or bread or pancakes. You can pretty much use it for everything. Yes, talk about moringa pills. I just started mine. Oh, it's the same as taking the powder, the loose leaf. Just uh, take whatever. Start off slow and see how it uses within your system, and then after a week or two being on it or whatever, you can up the dose. If you need be. The recommended dose, but some people may need a little bit more. Or like if you drink a tea. So remember, if you're taking capsules and then you drink a tea with moringa, so those are all added. As you're adding to it. Like I drink tea throughout the day. Either I drink it here, in my thing, or have some other teas that have moringa in it. You know, so just do it slowly and see how it affects you. See what it's doing for you. Hey, thank you, Stacy, so much for the gifts, for the roses. I appreciate you so much. I give these back. That's I don't spend any of this money. I give it all back to you guys, and it's appreciated. And that's how we help each other out. We show appreciation, and you know, um, and we give back to each other. You know, um, been looking at a couple other things. And if you don't know, I have a Facebook. I'm on Facebook Lite. I guess it says better on data, but Facebook Lite, but it's still, I guess, Facebook, and I started a From Them Farms group. You guys are more than welcome to join me over there, Stacy, or anyone who has Facebook, and post your stuff up there, stuff that you do here. Giving people information. It's an open platform for that. So our community that we have here, we can continue it over there in a Facebook group and share the stuff. And I'll be dropping a lot of information up there. There's a lot of, I got kicked off Facebook. I'm a lifetime ban. That's why you won't see my name in Facebook. If Facebook you're watching, oh well, you share all these platforms, but if you kick me out again, you kick me out. I have a ban for life for sharing stuff that I do now. But I started that group. And man, there's so many people asking questions, and I'm like, man, I just want to share all Stacy's videos, or or whatever. These people, hey, what you need this, and what's her name? We had last is um, Franco, Alma Franco, about gut health. I was like, man, they need to talk to her. Hey, they need some yarrow. Hey, they need this. And it's dogs too. People are, asking. So I share, all kinds of videos or what I can post, or man, I was like, man, these are the groups that I joined. But that's why I built that From Them Farms group, so you guys can post stuff in there, and I can say, hey, go here, and go, hey, this is creator on TikTok or whatever. They created this post, and they'll get the information they need, and spreading information. So that's my whole thing. And if you guys don't know, I've been asked to. There's another thing from Facebook. I've been asked to. They actually called me and everything. We had a meeting of this new social media group. It's called Bump Social. I don't even know if I'm saying it, but this is entertainment purposes only TikTok. But it's another group that they called me, and there's no one there now, so we're beta testing it. But they love my idea of what I do on here, and they're willing to push it out, and after they work through all the bugs and stuff like that. If you have Android, you can download it right now. If you don't have Android, I think they actually launched it. I think they did for ISSO or ISO or whatever it's called. So I think, or Apple, whatever it's called, ISSO or ISO, whatever. But it's on. It should be on there now. They were just putting it out, so I believe it's up. So it should be on both platforms. So that's amazing. Congratulations, friend. Yeah, I'm just working with them. I was working on because I have a decentralized domain. I was trying to get a decentralized platform, but it's really not that great of an idea. I mean, it's good to, and there's other platforms like this. Not that, and this, it's going to be a hard platform too because they don't have the advertising algorithm and the people. So it's hard, like right now it's a beta thing, and I think there's like 12 people in there, 14, maybe 20 or whatever. When you could be reaching millions, but the more people that will get in there and try it out, you know, like I said, I'm beta testing it right now, and I'll be able to do lives on there. I might even, invite, like, put a thing on here and notice that I'll be over there doing a live, and you guys are more than welcome to join me over there and talk about and share and whatever. You won't get blocked, or you won't get silenced, or you won't get you know uh, underage smoking or drinking or whatever. There's none of that over there on that other platform that I know of so far. I mean, it's brand new platform, so want to show your pew pews or firearms, or if you want to have a beer or something, you can do it on there. It's they're not blocking anything right now. What's it called again? Bump. Here, let me type it in the comments here. See if I can do that. And like I said, it's just brand new. So there's nothing, there's no one there right now. And I'm going to be inviting people over there, trying to get more people over there. Like I said, I'm going to talk about it here or one of my other platforms, and invite people to come and watch a live over there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Mother's Day weekend, and to you that your moms are still around, spend that time with them. Even though sometimes some parents, some especially daughters, get along with their mom. Boys usually do. They're term mama's boy, whatever, I guess, but they have that bond. Girls usually have a bond with their father, strong bond, but they still have that bond. So some of you that still, have that bond with your mom are still tolerate, some of the stuff, depending, some have good relationships, some don't. But no matter what kind of relationship you have, if they're still in this world, give them that time, even if it's just a prayer, or give them a call, write them a letter, reach them on social media, you know, maybe it's been hard times, whatever, but sometimes, not everyone has a mother still around, or maybe their mother wasn't. Whoever you look as a role, and that's another thing, whoever you look to as a role model, as a mother, say thank you. Reach out to them. So it doesn't have to be your biological, sometimes things didn't work out in that, whatever. But they still brought you into this world, even the stuff that we had to go through. My horse right here. We cleared out this place because we had a porch here, and it went out, and we had a little thing, but we had to clean it up, but it just fell apart and did some other stuff. It was neglected for a while. But since we cleaned it up, the horse comes right up here on this side of the porch. And she knows we keep the dog food up here for the outside dogs, for the Aussies and stuff. And she always tries to grab their food. But she comes right up here. She walks up on the porch. But now she can just come to the side, and she likes it. And we gotta start planting stuff here. Hey, hey, good to catch you live. Hey, hey, be neighborly. Yes, yes. You guys aren't still following Baby Neighborly. She was on here before, but if you guys haven't been in here and seen Be Neighborly, go check her out. Her content is amazing. And she's a beekeeper. And she gave us some great nuggets last time. And I'm going to start recycling some people and bringing them back on here. Be Neighborly. I'd love to have her on one of our Wednesday roundtables. And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to open other platforms like on Facebook or this bum social that I'm going to and have these content creators and come and talk. And with this new social platform, um, we can talk about like all kinds of stuff on there. And it's going to be and a lot of these content creators that are into holding classes and and getting paid for it and stuff like that. That's going to be available on these platforms as well. So good advice. This I am going to give all my queen moms a treat tomorrow. That's right. That's right. That's right. Uh, they're important. Just moms in general. Mother Earth. This is our mother. This is everyone's mother. Mother Earth. So you guys aren't treating your Mother Earth with respect, you know, you're not treating your mother with respect or whatever. But this is applies. Apply, dumping trash and other stuff and the stuff that we're doing, taking, a lot of stuff that we do like in our native culture before we pull or pick anything or when we go out and forage, we leave an offering or we thank not only the creator, but we thank Mother Earth for her generosity and being able to do what we do and helping us, with our bee friends or our flowers or nature. Mother Earth is important, so give her a respect as well. As she just mentioned, with her bees or whatever, it's Mother Nature. That's bees, but be thankful for this stuff. Man, I can't wait till my flowers blossom and then I get my bees. I'm a whiles away. These are still thoughts in my head, and I actually do. And I was going to. That's one thing. It just reminded me because I'm going to actually order from one of my other farmers who actually have bees, and they actually all the bees they just harvest or from the moringa tree, so they get he makes bee honey or moringa honey, and I was supposed to order some but I will. So I'll have some soon, and I'll definitely give a report on how that tastes. Something. Hey, hey, Andy, I seen you in the chat, and I haven't said hi or hello to you. Welcome, Andy. Welcome. I don't know if you were in here when I said I was going to start doing some recipes and stuff for moringa, just cooking recipes. I've done a couple already, put a couple up there, but I'm going to start doing more so you guys can have a variety of I ran into this other content creator, and man, it just looked awful. Like she was trying to bear through it of taking whatever species of moringa she was taking, but man, she knows the benefits, and that's what she says. She's going to share a lot of my content because she knows the benefits of moringa, but to her, her experience with it, she knows the benefits, but she didn't like the way it tastes, and she had to bear through it. But she only does it because of the benefits. And she doesn't want to discourage anyone from taking it. She wants them to experience the benefits. And so that's why I decided to give more information out and um, have other recipes that way you can still get the benefits of it without the, you know, harsh, I guess, I mean, it was, she says it was unbearable. And I know other content creators that are in herbal or whatever, and they don't like the taste of it either. And a lot of it you can, with adding a pinch of salt to it, You can make um, add honey to like the powder or whatever, and make it like a paste, and then add whatever liquid you want with that, or whatever sweetener. I use molasses because I like an earthy taste. Even if when I drink coffee or any teas, I like the different. Um, I don't know if any of you are tea specialists like Luma Tea. And I used to, like I said, I love tasting different teas. I could sit around for hours, and I've done this before because I used to be a taste tester for in California for this company my ex-wife worked with. But one of the guy, he was a tea master, kind of like Luma Tea. He was a tea master, and he used to make his own tea or new blends every so. Whenever he would make new blends, he would invite me to taste them. And some people will drink tea or coffee and say, "Oh man, it's all tastes the same. I don't taste any difference." But if you can taste the different flavors and the different hints and stuff, you can actually the smooth, the bitterness. You can tell what's in it. Uh, and so I used to enjoy doing that. And man, you get do more than three different teas at this time. I think I did. What did I do? 6 or 8 that day. And man, I was freaking wired. Let me tell you, some of the caffeine, whatever. I mean, the tea blends were beautiful. They mixed rice and other herbs in their tea, uh, other seeds and stuff like that in their tea when they make tea. And his blends were amazing. They tasted amazing, and I drank those without any type of sweetener. Those you could taste the flavor in it and everything. It was just flavorful, like drinking a broth almost. Some of these teas that he made, and man, let me tell you, I played 8 games of full court basketball on hard cement, whatever. I was wired. Let me tell you, man, because right when I was doing that, I was making these, putting these packages of a pill out for this company, Bridgestone Firestone, and they did all the jackets and shirts and t-shirts and stuff, whatever. But I was helping them pack, and man, I was going a mile a minute. So I said, man, I gotta go because man, I was just wired after sampling all these teas. I received the greens kit. I will it be okay if I wait a week to start it? The microgreens kit, yeah, it should be fine. Um, there's nothing live in there. You just have, I believe you have 200 seeds. Uh, um, I'll tag you in one of Kendrick's videos or one of the videos that I have where he plants them. He and uh, they're remember they're gonna grow into trees later, so these would be great gifts. Or if you're gonna plant it around your house or give it out or whatever, um, or if you're gonna just keep them short. But anyways, uh, the seeds are in there. The bio stimulants in there. The powder is in there. The perlite's in there. The soil and the trays. So you got everything you need except for adding your own water. And don't use faucet water. People, do not use faucet water unless you have a filter. If you have a filter, okay. If I use rainwater, nano water, anything else other than don't use. Um, reason is one of the guys he's using faucet water on his plants in there in California, and different parts of California, just like every state, I think it is the different parts of the water could have all kinds of stuff in it, even though they filter it out or whatever. But if you don't have a water filter on your water, and you don't have primary water, then check it out. And I'm trying to bring one of my content creators on here, and he said he was maybe the end of this month. I gotta ask him again. His name is Alex, and he will explain everything you need to know about water and why it's important, how it's important, and what primary God's water can actually do. We're used to drinking, and then we used to drink out of a freaking water hose back in the day. I still do. Oh, I drink well water, and it tastes better, and Oh, gotta do my little puzzle. I do my little puzzle. Ah, yay! Connect the puzzle. Yay! I did it! I did it, people! I did it! So I still drink out of the hose when Yep, I do it all the time, man. I'm freaking. Well, yeah. Shit. Uh, Filtering's important, and in moringa, the seeds act as a great filter too. If you're homesteading or if you looking, if you have some and you're hiking or something, you create a little water bottle, put them in there. You can put the seeds in your water bottle and drink it throughout the day at work. It helps cleanse and kill parasites and stuff like that. I have a video on that as well. But having a good filter system, whatever, if it's sand, coal, mixture of the two, whatever. I have another friend who actually made a shower water system out of a special kind of wood, and that filters these parasites that travel through your water, that travel through your showers and stuff like that. And the company, because he was looking for investors, but he got investors now. But they gave him a big, and they said, hey, we invest in it, we'll help you make them, but you can't tell people what it's designed to do, what it actually does. And the wood and the way it's designed, it actually kills the parasites coming through your shower. And then they asked him how he knew all that, first of all. And they says they would give him but he had to do some things, and he says, I'm not willing to do any of that, and I don't need your money. So, oh, I froze. Yeah, I froze for a bit. I guess I had to do the puzzle thing. You're on here now. After so often, they put a puzzle thing on there. Uh, if you guys, whatever you're doing, if there's no sunshine where you're at, make sure you make your own. Go out and make your own. So it doesn't have to be a gloomy day. If you come here for me to motivate you, that's great. I will do all the motivation you need. Man, it's so green around here, and our lawnmowers are down, so we have to. A friend came out and brought his, and then his broke down. So, um, guys are still new to my stuff and first time here. Uh, check out my link tree in my bio. Anything there makes sense. You can use my family code from them 10. Get a discount at checkout. And my wife still has some beautiful copper or silver, pure copper, pure silver bracelets. She'll make any design. She does chain link, male bracelets, different designs. There's a couple content creators, other people, or a tribe that actually order them. They love them. My wife made a choker or a necklace for her to match her bracelet. And the results that people are getting from these bracelets, because it's copper or silver, it's a connector, so it's energy. And they're getting energy and their moods have changed, all kinds of health benefits. So um, this is another alternative, and they're really inexpensive, but makes a great Mother's Time gift, or even a wife or girlfriend or a friend or husband. I mine is a very it's antique copper style or whatever, but this design, and they're heavy. They're heavy, but this design is more male, whatever. She makes more feminine ones, but um, research copper, research silver, some of the benefits that it has. If you look into grounding and stuff like that, this helps with that as well. You can have it on you 24/7. It has an anklet, a bracelet, necklace. You're getting that grounding and the health benefits, mood, anxiety, blood pressure, just different types of what it can do. You do your research. Do your research. This is just my suggestion. But she has them in our Etsy shop. They're in my link tree. Uh, so if you want one certain size custom made, she'll get your size and all that. but you can connect through me or Cherokee Essence. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you. Hey, yeah, you welcome. If there's anything that you guys want to see or me talk about in my videos and do whatever, just message me. Tell me, hey, I want to see more of this. So a lot of people says, hey, and I got to do a video of how this stuff. A lot of people are reporting that the benefits, and they're using it on their dogs as well. So we do have an animal form, but you can use this powder on the moringa on your dogs as well. They can take the tinctures. They can take a lot of the stuff. Where science meets nature. He just did a cats and dogs series. If you guys haven't watched that, make sure you go and watch it. These are herbs that can be used on your cats and dogs, on your animals, and are safe. And I was like, man, the first one, you missed moringa, like whatever. I got onto him. He knows about it, and he did. He actually added it in there. It says for cats and dogs or whatever. But it's a great. I use it on all my animals here. I put it, and they love it. Like my one, and pit bulls are finicky eaters. They can. There's a lot of stuff that they can't eat. Upsets them or whatever. She waits for me to put the moringa in. She won't dip into her food bowl until the moringa's in there. And I just sprinkle it powder. I'm like, hey, you got food right there. She's like, you forgetting something? I go, oh yeah. So and I'll sprinkle it in there. They love it, and it helps with their digestion. It helps with their um, energy. Helps with their coat. So it helps with detoxifying. So it's hey, if you guys don't know, and I've just learned this, sulfur is good for diatomaceous earth for your fleas and ticks and killing stuff. But sulfur is a really good, and it's inexpensive. And man, they don't like this stuff. Sulfur tablets too, if you're taking them, whatever I heard is a great thing. I haven't done that yet because from the moringa and other stuff, whatever. But for fleas and ticks and other stuff, I got this great spray from Luma Teas, which I'm gonna start doing stuff with Luma Tea. This is something we're working on right now, and like she's another creator. She doesn't do what she does. She has her own practice and stuff, but she doesn't do this for clout or money, whatever. So she's wants people to know more about it, and no matter if it's me getting it out there or if it's GreenHorn Grove or if it's Andy getting it out there, it doesn't matter to a lot of these herbalists how it gets out there. They just want people to know that there's an alternative, something that may benefit you or help others. And we're working together. We're going to start doing stuff, but this stuff is amazing. So, and it's not anything different than anyone else's can't make. The ingredients on here are, and this kills, it repels mosquitoes. It doesn't kill them. It repels them, so they don't like it. But as GreenHorn Grove was talking about earlier, some of the stuff that can, ward away stuff like witch hazel, cinnamon oil. A lot of these stuff, can ward away stuff, but it's common. I see rosemary, lavender, a lot of these um, eucalyptus. Now, if you look at all natural sprays like this, you'll see over and over the common thing. Even in our spray, we have this stuff. We have lemongrass, rosemary, uh, our moringa, and I think witch hazel's in it as well. But it has some of the thing. But what you won't see on a lot of these is moringa, which it's actually designed to effectively. So, like I said, if you have these trees near your plants, they're the number one companion plant in the world. So, something I just learned because I knew moringa has an enzyme in it called zeatin that, and I always tell you guys, it's designed to help germinate plants faster and help plants grow faster, because that's why it in the moringa, it's one of the enzymes that actually helps it why it grows so fast. It's one of the fastest growing trees in the world. But it's the fountain of youth for humans and animals. And I just learned that. I knew it did stuff for us, like, for like working out and stuff like that, but I did more research. It's good. That's why it's good for the skin and other stuff, but it's helps you look younger. It's that enzyme in it, so it's basically the fountain of youth, zeatin. So it's this number of things that it does. Boosts the immune, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna do another video on that, and well, actually, another moringa producer. He's on here, and I've stitched a couple of his videos, and I gave him the credit, but they do. He has a very good moringa product too. Uh, Paravia is the name of that company, and Brad and his wife promote this, whatever. But the guy that they talk about in their videos is a guy named Alex, who I've been talking to, and he's been doing some videos, and I just posted one of his videos. But the information he's getting, I share the information with him, and he shares whatever. So even though it's a totally different company, it doesn't matter. We're still helping each other and promoting out the stuff. We want as many people to do it. It's a multivitamin, basically. It's a multivitamin on steroids, basically. If you're going to take anything or add anything, and remember, anything that you do or take or whatever, make sure you check with your primary healthcare provider, whoever that is. If it's a holistic, if it's not, just say, hey, will this affect? And look it up. Do your own research too, because 9 out of 10 times they won't look it up. They'll ask their pharmacist. I got this all the time when I had a primary care physician. Says, well, I'll check it out. Well, I'll check it out. You know what? I didn't have time, and I know you've been asking me, so I asked my pharmacist. Pharmacist says this. And the pharmacist is going to know a little bit more, but I was like, well, the results on it, I disagree with, because he says, well, it's been out for they've been doing it for 10 years, the pharmacist. I'm like, well, the research has been out for 30, so I just wanted you to, be more informed and have your opinion. I don't really care about it. I'm still going to do my own thing. And it was something like milk thistle. Milk thistle is not recommended with a lot of, it messes when you do blood work, I guess, on their prescriptions or whatever, it's not recommended because whatever that is, obvious reason. I don't know. But I was like, I'm going to still keep taking it. So, has it affected me in a bad way? All my blood work's perfect, except when I think one time, and this is what I tell you, if you guys still take ibuprofen and aspirin, try to take the all natural, whatever. Aspirin's, I think, maybe a little better, but ibuprofen, take one ibuprofen and then go and do lab work. I took one right before because I didn't have any wild, I don't even think I was using it at the time, but for some reason I had to take an ibuprofen, and I did lab work. And man, doctor called me immediately. Hey, your enzymes in your liver are just whack. What happened? I was like, well, I took a ibuprofen, and they don't say it. They know. They're like, oh, well, okay, well, I'll check you in a couple days or whatever. Whatever it is, see what's going on, and you get that under check. And I go, yeah, I'll go. And after a couple days, it's out of your system or whatever, and enzyme in your liver, it's back to normal. It's good health. But just taking that one, that's how powerful these toxic things that they give us, are hurting us. Yes, they help or band-aid or whatever. And, like I said, I took it because I knew it would help. But what it does to other parts of your body, you don't know until you actually, research it. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Hey, welcome in. Thanks again for everybody for sharing the live, and you guys are always great in my lives, and I try to, read the comments and help talk. Uh, is my live lagging? I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it is. I think I'm still going pretty good. If any of you want to jump in here, you're more than welcome to. Sarah, thank you. Like I said, I'm going to make some new content of putting some recipes out. And I put a thing on. So, and this has been happening to me. I don't know if it's been happening to you, but every video that I put out, it immediately goes into review and they says, "Hey, this has not been, approved because it's not original content. This and this. Or it's not being approved for the FYP. We're not going to share it on the FYP. Basically, just as soon as it, I make the video and it posts, I get this, and they don't notify me of it. They don't tell me. Like a lot of the videos, I had to go bound and research and go down to all my other videos and see how long they've been doing this for. And they don't notify you that they put this on it. It's not going to go to the FYP. I was hit my thing where I check the algorithm or check analyst, and it was popped up on there, and I was like, well, let me see why this is not getting shared with the FYP. So I push on it, and it does a thing and it says, oh, appeal restored. We're sorry for inconvenience. But I was like, well, let me check a couple of my other videos, see if that's on there. And sure enough, but I've noticed it. I was like, when do they put it on there? I notice it as soon as I post my videos now, it's automatically on there. It's telling they're not going to share it. But once you appeal, oh yeah, we'll share it now. I'm like, what the? That is weird. So if any of you are experiencing that or notice that, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the little let me see if I can share it on here. Maybe I can share it. Hey, be right back. They have that be right back tool. That's funny. It's GreenHorn Grove. If you guys aren't following them on Instagram as well, here's this this is the tincture that I have. Look, they're not leaving. See, oh, there it is. Guys, I have one in my shop, but this is a very good one. Very good size, too. This is a lot larger than ours. Very good size. We do have different sizes, but this is a good. It's all natural stuff. You guys, if you're looking for mosquitoes, you want neat or some of this other stuff. Yeah, these are the things that it's posting. Look, check this out. So that this comes up, and this is from the analyst. So if you on all your videos, you have an analyst right here at the plane. I don't know if you guys check it or if you guys. I think you guys have to turn it on, and you can check the analytics of your videos, what they're doing, and it tells the views, the viewers, engagement. It has a bunch of different stuff, and immediately on here it says your video is not eligible or recommended for the For You page for You feed if you haven't whatever. And so you click that little arrow. As soon as I click that little arrow, it goes and says, "Oh, we're sorry, it's been approved or whatever." Like, but as soon this is like seconds. I've been doing it to check it out, and it's been popping up. So I don't know if you guys want to check your videos if this is doing it. If it is, tap it. It automatically gets approved. But they're doing this without telling people. They're doing it without letting people know. So you're saying, hey, how come maybe my videos aren't going to the FYP or whatever? This is why. They're just automatically doing it. And I think they're just automatically, every video that I post automatically goes this. Doesn't even, and like I said, from when I got banned from my live, I did an appeal, and to this day, it says if I click on it, it's still under review. they still haven't reviewed why they banned me from my live. They gave some whatever. I says, hey, I appealed it, and I can't send them emails anymore because they banned me from ever sending TikTok emails from to their corporate. It's because I wanted a couple of my videos. I says, you restored them on my other platforms, you apologize, you whatever, but I wanted the same video that you brought back on my other accounts. I want it brought back on this one with no penalties, because every time you appeal it and they approve it, oh yeah, you're fine, we're sorry, you still get points against you. So they don't mind bringing it back, but you still have points. And I says, hey, I shouldn't be penalized for your mistake. If you guys says, hey, this didn't violate whatever, your AI did it or whoever did it, and that's the majority who does a lot of the stuff, I shouldn't be penalized for it. They didn't like that. They says, and I don't think back, they didn't have they said they have the power to do it now, that they can actually, you can win the appeal and they could actually take the points back. You won't get docked for it, is what someone was explaining to me. But I don't know if that's 100% true. But I asked if it was. I'm sure they can do it. And, hey, man, I don't want to suffer any penalties for your mistake. You restored it and said there was nothing wrong with it. I don't want to get penalized for it, because when I get a bunch of these, like I said, even though they approve it, that's points against me, and that hurts my algorithm. When I do my video, it's not getting seen. I get like maybe 10 people see my video. If it wasn't for you guys sharing it out or reposting it or something like that. And that's the biggest thing. I had so many reposts on one of my videos, but still, like, I think only 100 people seen it. But everyone who came in there reposted it, and but this hurts me, even though I win the appeal, which I win the appeals on these all the time, because they're nothing. They're nothing to see. Appeal approved. See, immediately, and they restore it. See, they immediately restore it. And this was a cooking video, so they're not like I said, like anything that's even remotely draws their attention to violate anything. This is a cooking video. So let me see if I got this thing information about Spider. So if you guys this is my new my one that I'm beta testing for. See, it's fairly new, but it's it's a brand new platform. It's a brand new platform. See, this is my account over there. So from them farms, I have a link tree in there. I think you can actually click on it and it'll take you to my link tree. Andy, no, this is not. She got the kit, but we just came out with these new kits. It's our grow kit. It's our starter grow kit for planting moringa trees. So they're being shipped to the tree, and it has the biostem, and it has the powder as well. There it goes. These starter kits are nice. Here's the tree. I got tubers that I've got from them, and he sells these like whatever. I remember right before I ordered some tubers or something, or ordered a kit like this, and he just sold like all his trees to someone who wanted. He says, "Hey," he says, "Well, anything for a price." He says, "Hey, I want 200 trees." He goes, "Well, he had 30,000. They had 200 trees left, or a little bit, somewhere around there to sell." So he got rid of all of his trees, and I got the last of his tubers. I think he had to get some of his tubers from another grower. Um, and as a farmer, I want to know all the different ways of packaging and selling them and stuff like that. So that's why I buy from other growers, in our community. So I learn what they're doing and how to do it and what works and what doesn't. I think the one of the and mine actually grew. Mine actually worked really well. These tubers, and all it is that plant right there, right here at the bottom. If I can see it, it's a taproot, and that's where you get your tubers. You can actually cut the rest of this off and just sell that right there, and it will grow. You can actually cut it from up here and just grow that stem or whatever, and it will grow. So any part of that you can actually grow. The guy in Texas, he grows these in a bag or a pot, and he adds the BioGrow and something else into it. And those tubers, man, he gets some of the biggest tubers. I mean, they look like aliens, but they're healthy. Whatever you're sticking them in are going to grow. So, and I'm going to be doing that as well out here because the climate out here, you have to have some pretty good, strong moringa trees. So some taproot has to be really strong for it to survive in type of climate out here. We get our winds and winters and stuff like that, and that way people will know, hey man, where'd you buy your moringa? Oh, I bought it from Oklahoma, man. Oh yeah, they have some strong one over there because of the winds and stuff like that. I need a Oklahoma moringa. That Texas is all right. They grow big ones out there, but I need that Oklahoma moringa because man, that's able to withstand tornadoes. That's going to be my selling point. The moringa tree the Oklahoma moringa tree. You have the moringa oleifera, be the moringa oleifera Oklahoma version, able to withstand tornadoes. And people are like, oh yeah, we want that one. I live out in Georgia, and man, we get some harsh weather down there, or something. I put some of my plants that I had planted already. Can't wait to see. Yes, awesome. Did you get some of the and that BioGrow, the spray and the feed, the plant stuff? You can mix it in your soil, sprinkle it in your soil, and that spray it every 15 days or something like that on your plants. They'll love you for it. It's just all the nutrients and everything's made into a liquid. It's cooked for 16 hours. It's like a tincture, and you spray it on your plants, and it does amazing stuff. It's just like adding it's basically adding the moringa tree in a liquid form. So it's got all four pillars of what the soil needs. This provides. So some fertilizers only provide one or two, three at the most. At the most, there's only a few out on the market that have all four pillars of what's needed for your soil as a fertilizer. Can you use it on plants? Any plants? Yes. It's moringa. The thing about it, the moringa, it's the number one companion plant because of its, enzymes and, healing properties and, toxic. It draws toxic metals from the soil and stuff like that, cleaning your soil. So it's number one companion plant. So yes, you can use this on any plant. You can use it on herbs, vegetables, fruit, indoor, outdoor plants. Anything that you want to help grow better, fuller, bigger harvest. And I'm going to be doing experiments with electroculture and mixing this. Look at my plants because this whatever. So I'm going to be doing electroculture and seeing the total benefits of that. With the enzymes that it already produces and electroculture, I think it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to share how it helps. And I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? Hey, Chef Anna. If you guys aren't following my friend here, and I'd like to call her my friend. She's an amazing chef. Amazing chef. She's got some skills. Guys, go drop her a follow. I'm sorry, I had to call you out, Anna. I'm a chef by heart. I just have a claustrophobic of being in tight spaces, elevators, stuff like that. I can deal with it, but the kitchen was my passion. I love cooking. I cook all the time, and I wish I went to culinary school. I learned from a lot of different chefs all over the world and all over, even on here, and I'm still learning. But I couldn't be in a side. I tried to work in fast food, and man, the kitchens would do whatever. And I wanted to be a cook. I couldn't because if no one was back there, I could cook all the time. But as soon as someone's like, even in my house, it was something I had my person I was living with at the time, whatever, no longer together. But if she was even in the kitchen with me, I couldn't do it. Like she had to prep it, and then I'd cook, or she would cook, and then I would prep. You know, I just couldn't do it. It was so it was something to get used to. So but oh yeah, guys, go follow Anna. She's on her health journey as well, and um, Anna, um, anytime you need motivation, anything, come to me or follow any of my people in here, and we will. This is what we do. Right now, I'm just talking about my business, Moringa. Um, so beneficial in other ways, But anything you need, this is the community that I built. And if you guys, Anna teaches people her culinary art and skills. She has classes. Go, make sure you guys go visit her. I think she has a link to her, or she has her own web page. She has all kinds of stuff. Go check it out. I always encourage people, check it out. Even if you don't, but the information, what you're going to learn, may be something that you may, hey, you know what? I'm just reading it, and I know someone that can benefit from this, and you'll send it to them. So that's what I encourage. It's not for the weak, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. And oh man, I mean, uh, and if you don't know, a lot of people, like my daughter, she didn't know that cooking and stuff was an art form. She only thought when she was younger. She's been drawing ever since she was 1 years old. And she's now an anime artist and stuff. But for her to make that switch, she would always draw. I think she was 8, maybe 11 when she learned that art meant bigger things. She was like drawing on paper and painting. That's art. And I took it on art fair for the first time at that time, at big, and people were carving and soap carving and metal work. And she said, "Papa, I thought we were going to art show. I see the paintings and the drawings, but what's all this other stuff?" And I go, "That's art. Cooking, that's an art. You know, there's soap carving," and her mind just right then and there. And she was like, "Oh well." So she always loved to cook too. She's like, "Hey," she'd come over to my house, and you know, was separated. We're divorced, whatever. But she'd come. She's like, "Mom won't let me cook a steak. I want to cook a steak." I'm like, "Hey, how about it? Here's a steak. You want to butterfly it? You want to?" I like making a steak because I use beef tallow instead of the butter. And beef tallow. Cook it, braise it on both sides, and ready to go. That's how I do mine. But there's different ways, and if you want to butterfly it, I says, "Here, cook away, experiment." And I've done this to my older daughter too, and she's into baking, but she always wants to, how you cook. And I says, "These are all," and this is the mistake I did. I says, "These are all the spices I do." But I always tell her, everyone, taste your food, taste your food. As you add spice, you can always add more. You can never take it out. So I says, "Taste your food." So I says, "Hey, let's make something simple." Now she's doing a lot better, but I says, egg salad sandwich. Make an egg salad. It's easy. These are the spices and stuff that I use. I didn't mean use all those spices and put it in there. She made it, and man, I was like, oh my gosh. I go, did you taste this? She goes, no, but I used all the spices that you used. I was like, taste it. She's like, oh wow. But I used everything you used. I go, so we have to use taste, add something more, taste. And your palate could be different than other people's palate. So that's why it says, use more. And I always use less. And then other people like a certain like salt or whatever, like more salt, and they can add that themselves. Um, Salt is actually good for you. Use Baja Gold or Celtic salt or sea salt. The different salts actually add more flavor to your dishes or do different things. So don't be afraid to use salt. Stay away from table salt if you can, but a lot of these are good. So, and I appreciate what you do, Anna Chef Anna. That's beautiful that you taught her. Yes, yes, and that's what I try to teach everyone in here. If you guys aren't watching, go watch her videos. They're inspiring. Anna, she's doing a fitness journey too, and she laid off the culinary business well, but like she says, that's her passion. Her and her significant other. This is what they do, and that's the same thing that we're doing here, Anna. Same thing that you're doing. We just do it. We have different approaches, but our job is to help everyone and help people be more healthier. And Anna, you missed last week. I had a gut specialist. She was and I posted some of her videos so you guys can see that. Hey, you can see the full version of our video and this one and the full version of last week's video. I should have ended this and so you guys can see. But last week's video you can see on YouTube. Follow me from them farms on YouTube. You can see last week's live on YouTube, and I'll be posting this one on there. I should actually end this one, and so it's not. You guys can watch what you want, but all my videos on here will be posted on YouTube. Eventually, I can post all these lives on my other social media channel. Hopefully, I can do that as well. So everything that I have here, I'll post it on so you guys can watch the full version if you missed it. So, speaking of that, I should end this so I can post that on there, and that way we can start doing this over. But I appreciate every one of you guys. Go follow my good friend Chef Anna. Watch her on our journey. And like I was saying, that last week she was a board certified nutritionist, and she specializes in gut health. She would have been a great one for you to ask questions. You can still ask her questions. Just contact me. I'll send you her information, and you guys can talk, or you can ask her questions. She knows a lot about stuff, and I know you're on that healing journey. So anyone I can point you to help you out with that journey. That's what it's about. It's not about money or clout or anything like that. This is what we should be doing. If someone knows that information, you shouldn't bogart or heart it or tell me, hey, after whatever, share it. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, great day, everyone. Hey, great. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I can't watch, and this is why I haven't watched TV for over 20 years. Um, I just do this. But my friend was always, hey man, why don't you get cable? When I did live in the city, and I had, for my kids to play the games or whatever, but I didn't. They says, hey, just get cable. I go, well, what would you want? And the only thing I'd watch on it, I was like, man, I'd get in trouble because I always used to watch the cooking channels. And I was always cooking or eating. I started a cooking channel. I wanted if you don't know Anna much about me, I wanted to open my own bed and breakfast. I love cooking and entertaining people. So I had my own recipes, my own menu, all made up and whatever. And then all of a sudden I ended up doing this. Totally different direction. But it was the person I was with, um, and I decided. I didn't decide. Creator, whoever decided for me, he's like, hey, you'd be more beneficial in helping people do this than opening a bed and breakfast. So this is the direction that I was given or shown to go, and I love it. You know, But like I said, I had all my own recipes, my book, everything that I had, all set up. A couple different dishes that I would make, and but like I said, I love still cooking. I love cooking outdoors. I love cooking indoors. Experimenting. I'm gonna be doing some cooking videos on moringa. Hey, Anna, too. Hey, I know you're new to it. Whatever. You're not familiar, but I'm sure it's no different than doing anything else. Moringa, and if you um have any recipes or anything like that, I just made a pesto sauce. I showed people they can make a pesto sauce. You can cookies. You can substitute the like in cookies, the butter for the oil, moringa. Cook with it, saute with it, add it to salads. But I'm gonna be doing some recipes, showing people the other ways you can use moringa, because a lot of them don't like the taste of it or how it mixes or whatever. But showing you other ways you can still enjoy the benefits of it and it tasting great. Life is funny. Yep, it sure is. Big need. Um, yes, yes. Make sure you DM me. Oh, actually, I'm gonna end this live, and I'm gonna connect you to somebody who will be able to answer any of your questions. If you don't have anyone else, this is just more information. Like I said, the more people you have, the better. She was great on my live last week. You can, like I said, the whole video you can watch on YouTube. But uh, Alma Franco is her name. She's another creator in here. She got into doing what she's doing because she got sick, or her son got sick. Someone got sick. That's how we all get in this journey of doing what we're doing, helping people. Someone got, and they weren't happy with the results, and they got into it because they healed themselves or cured themselves, and they says, "Hey, other people can do this," and that's what happened. So, big need, rebuilding. Yep. So, 80% of the people in the world suffer from gut health issues. Your eczema, your anxieties, other stuff. Your because leaky gut is a big thing. Not only Alma talks about it, but uh, Amelia talks about it. She has her gut protocol thing. Hey, look who just came in here. Crash Dog. What's up, brother? What's up, big guy? Another great, awesome motivation. I mean, he has always great information. Crash Dog. I don't know if he just dropped in here or it just flashed up. Uh, he's an artist as well. So we're just talking about different forms of art, culinary, artist. He draws and paints and does all kinds of stuff. I believe he's in Texas. Ah, yeah. I don't have any besides you. Besides you, so I appreciate. Yes, yes. I definitely got you, Anna. That's what I do. And someday, I should make a video on it. I was learning how to of all the comments and stuff that I get, of all the things of what's her name was telling me she's got her kit with the moringa, the powder, and she's using it on her dog as well, and she's getting tremendous results, and on herself. So I just did a thing on um, fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis, how this is beneficial for it as well. So there's a lot of stuff that moringa can benefit to. But like I said, Anna, I'm gonna definitely connect you with Alma, and she'll any questions you have. Even if you wanted to book a consultation with her, but a lot of stuff you can ask her. A lot of these, like I said, they don't do it for the money. They do it because they know there's a big demand and need, and people need healthier. And that's what I promote: health, food, and water before anything else. And you haven't heard me talk like this, Anna. So on this, why I created this platform, before we can help our neighbors or people across the country or uh, worry about anything else, we have to take care of ourselves first: our health, our food, and our water. Then we'll be able to help our neighbors, help our community, fix what's going on in government, fix what's going on in some religions, uh, genders, whatever. We can. But if we're distracted by everything, we don't take care of our own health. This is just my opinion, and but I think we need to work on ourselves first, help ourselves. They always say, like, if you're in a plane or accident or something, make sure you can help yourself first before you can help others. This is my approach: help ourselves first, make sure we're healthy, our neighbors are healthy, our family and friends are healthy, our communities are healthy, with not only just our health but our food or our water. Then we can build other communities like that, help other people, and build other. That's our building, our bridge that will connect us. No other thing, in my opinion, food, health, and water. You can talk to anybody, don't matter what race or gender or political or religion. You can talk to them about food, and that's the thing. They're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you know, oh, you won't approach. Oh, I don't want to talk about food. I don't eat it. Talk about health. Oh yeah, well, I have this health. Hey, I stayed in good health. Water. Oh yeah, man. I don't like drinking it, or hey, I wish I could buy fire. Hey, I drink water. Hey, I use it for this or whatever. You know, these are points that can build bridges between people, and you have in common, in my opinion. Yes, and it's not because of what you were doing. Like, let's take alcohol for or just educational purposes. TikTok. A lot of people are like, man, I used to go to the bar, man, all my friends, but when I stopped doing it, I lost a lot of friends. It's not like you lost a lot of their acquaintances. Now, and you always know, this is my opinion too. You'll only have a handful of true friends. They could be family members, they could be relatives, they could be people you meet on here, it could be people, but in lifetime, you're lucky if you even have, a handful of true friends. That means that people that are with you thick and thin, you will never lose track of them, no matter what happens. There's a couple that I've lost, and I wish I would have did more to stay in touch with them. But those true friends will seek you out and find you out. I've known one that since I've grown up, or whatever, and she's always been there. I have two friends here in Oklahoma that I can call true friends. I have associates of friends that talk to me and this, but have never you know really stayed in touch or whatever, or been there, or so. But true friends, um, I mean, it could be your significant other, it could be your true friend, and those always make the best relationships. You know, the relationship I'm in now um, is amazing, but sometimes you think like, hey, your other feelings get involved and stuff like that, but they didn't have your back, even though and stuff like that. They say they do, whatever, and you're in a relationship with this person. So you're like, hey, man, you gotta, whatever my, you may not, we could have disagreements, that's fine. But, I always stand up for people, and someone in, in my life, and they can't do that no matter who or what they are. I don't even, I think everyone should be respected no matter what their, whatever. Like credibility is everything with me. Everyone has credibility with me. Has honor, credibility, until you disapprove me or show me something that discredits you, either being truthful or lying or whatever it is. But someone else can say, hey, this person's no good, this person's this person's that. Well, I have to see for myself. And there's always good in people, but yeah, I try to find that. And like I said, it's, like in your journey, people aren't ready to go to the next level, and they want to keep you down here. Well, why are you doing that? Just, hey, keep doing this, whatever. Well, they're not ready for that transaction, and you have to move on. So in your life, you'll find those people that are ready to hop on that train, and you'll find those people that you'll have to leave behind. And when they're ready, they'll make that jump. And in your life, you'll run into people, and not everyone will be with you. Some people you're there to help, some people they're there to learn a lesson. And once you start moving on, you taught the lesson. If they didn't learn it, then that's their fault. They'll repeat it and have to learn it. You moved on because you've learned the lesson you were supposed to learn, or help who you're supposed to help. Now that's why you're moving on. My journey, wisdom I'm doing now, the person I was with, they didn't get the lesson. They have to repeat it. I learned my lesson. I was able to move on and advance it and get into a way better relationship and doing the things that I'm doing. So in life, that's my opinion. Everything happens for a reason. And someone had to explain exactly what I just said. The lesson that you were supposed to learn, or they were supposed to learn, maybe they didn't get the lesson. You got the lesson. You taught the lesson. It's not it's not your fault that the lesson that you taught they didn't catch, whatever it may be. They were supposed to receive that lesson. You were connected with them, and even though that the lesson was taught, whatever it may be, it could be relationship, it could be health, it could be a number of things, it could be just changing something. You were in their lives or around to teach them or even learn something. And sometimes those people won't make that journey with you, but you still got to keep putting your blinders on and moving forward. Don't let anyone take you out of your journey. You'll repeat it if they do. Like, you'll get distracted for a while. And I know you had to take some time off for a while, and sometimes that happens. But when those people are ready to come back into your life or journey or whatever, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll still spinning their tires. You can't say, hey, I'm going to wait on my healing journey or my growth so you can catch up. Like people I talk to here on this platform, they won't be here if they weren't supposed to be here. If the people that need to hear this message are here for this time and period, this is my all opinion. This is how I think. But in a lot of ways, it's true. I ran across your page because I needed to be there. We got in touch with each other because we needed something, and I was supposed to. And I started reading your thing immediately, reading all the stuff, and I could see this stuff, and I was like, I just got to, if she connects, she connects. Literally, yes. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. And there's other people that think like us, and that's my whole thing. If I can reach other like-minded people, or give them a thought process in their head, it's you know, it's not for everybody. And heck, I don't even understand myself sometimes. Sometimes, and I get frustrated because talking to my significant other, man, I'm like, I get frustrated. I told her I've talked to people that have changed my thoughts, and even with my other backgrounds, I have background in law enforcement, private security, which I still do. Uh, but I have many hats, and to change from one person saying, "Hey, this is the way I was taught in the academy, and this is the way I was whatever." He's all, and you have to approach things like building bridges and humans. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't do that. You have to be neutral, and you have to do this." I go, "But these are my fellow employees, and I work with them daily." and I was like, man, I get in these. I was like, I want to understand this. I want to. I don't know why I can't. Whatever, reach that. He's like, you're not ready yet, but when you are, you'll. And there's training and there's just experiences. So sometimes a life experience will do certain things to change you and push you in that direction that you are supposed to go, but you haven't received it. So little things, like I said, I'm in the position I'm in now because I was. Eventually, you'll go in the path that you're supposed to go, but sometimes, like I said, you'll need to learn something before you can move on to that path because it's going to help you when you get there. So building a business and doing stuff like that. Well, I needed to do this before, whatever. Maybe, one day I might have one of my side business will be a bread and breakfast or something, or maybe whatever. But growing microgreens and moringa trees and healing and helping people, that's big, putting one all over the United States, having a small from them farms, uh, what do you call it? Those little things, those little houses that you rent out, little small, uh, Airbnb, that you can have a own little mini garden and farm. So you can pick all your fresh food and vegetables right there as you stay at your little mini farm Airbnb, or have it picked for you when you get there, all fresh fruit, meat, and whatever, have it prepared for you, or you can pick it yourself. Um, and at the main one, I wanted a actually live farm that people can actually say, hey, this is where your milk comes from, or this is how your food that you stay at these Airbnbs, this is where it comes from. You'll have your own there. This is something that I wanted to build in every city, every community. You know, may still get there. This may be the train that takes me there. I don't know, but these are some of the thoughts I have. Uh, and it will look out for, like, like say every city has one of these Airbnb mini farms that has their own garden and fruit and vegetables. So if you can either eat there, and pick your own, or it'll be picked for you and put ready. You just have a menu, and house stuff, and go from the local fresh meats if you're eating fish or vegetables, or I mean, if you got your own garden there, but if you eat meat, fish, whatever it is, those will come from the local farmers in the area, if not supplied by myself from uh my my animals. Striving for very similar things. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm I think only a few people heard me share what I just shared, but that's one of my things. I think like that, and I was like, that would be amazing, and it's so well needed. So what I just talked about, I've pitched it to a couple people that stayed at Airbnbs, and they love that idea. They like, man, we haven't seen anything like that. And investors, that's what you need, investors to invest, but you can, people you can trust, of course. I just talked about investors a bit ago with a shower head, that's doing something healthy and helping people, and they don't want that information shared. They're willing to invest in it as long as you don't tell the purpose and what that shower head or filter can actually do, or why you're making it so it can do that. Don't want other people knowing what they're doing. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm out here, and if you go to Oklahoma and you drive out to the middle of nowhere, I'm 2 houses down from there. I'm going to build my garden and stuff like that, and my farm here, plus my moringa trees. And I'm way late to the game. There's other people already doing this, and I help and support them. That's awesome. You know, but I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing. I just said the other day I need a investor. There you go. See, and you do. It, some of this, I mean, your school that you're teaching and promoting. And imagine, check this out, Chef Hannah. Imagine, so I have these Airbnbs at these places. What if I flew a private chef out, either taught a class or prepared their meals for them? They would pay for that. Pick it from any of the from them farms, Airbnb, little mini farm gardens. Prepare your food from them. Have a professional chef fly out there, or a local chef you can sponsor. You can go many different ways with this. Hear me out. Hey, and I don't just come up with all the. I have a friend that she comes up with all these, and she's always trying to do this. She's, oh, you're gonna have your own, your own school cooking line and stuff like that. All your chefs will have your Anna chef, whatever. There'll be a class. They'll be taught your way, this and this. They'll go out to these, Airbnbs and cook them a meal or teach classes like this. I bet it just, yeah, yeah. But man, if we, the right investors, you know, and it's all about, none of it's for profit. Yes, you can make money off it, but all of this is promoting good health, good food, good water. It's helping people. It's saving them from spending their money going out to some fast food place. And not that there's not good, but some of these, you don't know where this food comes from unless you're in a good restaurant. And that's something I used to do too, and I used to enjoy doing. I used to go enjoying, and my palate so wide, and that's something I shared not only with my kids and people that I'm with. And man, I'm always learning new flavors and new techniques or whatever. I'm like, hey, it's just, it's doing what you do. I mean, I'm not. I can create pastries. My aunt who raised me, she's my mom. She raised me. My biological mom, she had health issues, and she let my aunt adopt us. Anyways, she had to try everything. She was always open minded. She's like, oh, look at this restaurant. I never even heard of it. Filipino food or Cuban food or whatever it was. Let's go try it out. I'm like, okay. And she's always keeping an open mind. But when she used to be a cook too. She took every cooking class there was, and pastry. She was a cake decorator, licensed cake decorator by trade. This is um, she had all licensing, all the tools, everything. This is what she used to do. She used to make really good money, but her husband wouldn't let her do that and didn't believe women should work and should stay home or whatever. She said, "Oh, great," but she still did. She whatever. She took all these cooking classes. So every I'm trying to say this. Like, say it was India. This is the only way I can explain. Say if she was learning how to cook India cuisine or India food, she would learn the language. She would learn how to dress like them, their religion, everything, and become a part of that culture and apply it to her cooking, and then learn how to cook the dish. But she would do fully into their culture and then learn how to cook it. Belize food, Greek food, Japanese, Chinese. She had to embrace the culture and learn about it. So I'd come over to her house. She's in a Japanese tradition garment. I'm like, next time I come over there, she's in India garment. I'm like, the heck? Belize, she learned how to, their culture, and she learned the language and their protocol and stuff like that. That's how and she always says, hey, always try things, always try new things, always keep a smile on your face. She always encouraged me to do that. That's why I have a wide palate and, love stuff. She was always say, hey, this is and I mean, I make friends everywhere, and that's what I do, too. She's like, hey, this is my son. He's Greek. Hey, show him. And they're, oh yeah, Greek fisherman's hat. She'd always go to these events and stuff of different cultures and learn about it, and really she really enjoyed doing that. I wish she got to travel, around the world and stuff like that. She never did, but she always invited the culture to her, so she never had to travel. Greece came to her, Spain came to her, India came to her, Korean. Yeah, it that's where I got a lot of mine of or whatever. So like, I'll try. She always says try anything once, and that's why I try to do with moringa. I'm going to try making other recipes so these people can enjoy it, even though they don't like the taste of it. Make other ways that they can enjoy it or incorporate it into their food or cooking or beverages or whatever, so they can enjoy the benefits of it as well. This is one of the problems that I seen that was going on. People are like, oh yeah, I know the benefits of liking it, but I can't drink it, or I can't taste it, or I can't whatever. I'd rather, won't change your health. So let me find other ways instead of going and say, hey, you got bad moringa, or hey, whatever, which the majority of the time is, or the grower, or hey, the stuff that whatever, you're not preparing it right. That's why. So I always just taught, try everything once. I've known some people that cook fish, for instance. We'll take fish patties, or what? Let's see, mackerel or salmon patties, whatever. And then some people will make it, and it's totally different. Like, wow, this is amazing. What is this? It's salmon. No, I had that before. It didn't taste nothing like it. So and some people have a gift for it, some people don't. So, um, my dad growing up, like my biological, he could cook. My other dad, he couldn't cook with beans. He'd try recipes and whatever, but he tried, but he just didn't have a. But he could plant. He had a green thumb, and we had every kind of fruit tree that you could imagine. We didn't have vegetables. We had fruit trees. We had pomegranates. We had avocados, which is fruit, and lemons, grapes, plums, peaches, mulberries, uh, kumquats, figs, you name it, we had it. We grew it there in California, so but he can't cook worth a pot of beans. Pears, peaches, plums, like I said, mulberries. We had all these, apples, like before I left my house, man, I never paid for fruit or vegetables except for oranges. We didn't have an orange tree and bananas. Those are the only two foods that we had to buy, unless we want an exotic thing like coconut or mango or something. But all the others, man, I never had to pay for apples and pears and plums, pomegranates, kumquats, figs, peaches and plums, mulberries. I never had to pay for any of those until I finally moved out of the house. And it's like, hey, man, this is what people are paying for this crap? Holy crap. I think I first went to New Mexico and people were paying $3 to $6 for an avocado. I was like, what? Got these free in my backyard. Yeah, yeah. So maybe if I get my stuff going and eating faster, we maybe someday we'll merge in. I mean, man, imagine in every. This is just my dream. I just think out loud, whatever. If I could have but no one's thought of this, and maybe they don't want. They'll make it hard for something like that to happen. Imagine having a little Airbnb farm that during when no one's renting it out, it's gonna feed their community there. People can, you know, buy fresh vegetables from these little Airbnbs, you know, or I'll have something like that in the area they can buy. You'll supply their community, but you can stay at these places. You can, pick your own or have it picked for you. If have a menu that you think, have someone fly out and cook a menu, or have these chefs prepare these. This would be an option. These are all upgrades, options that you can do. Put people in business and make people whatever. Now they have to. Now if they have to fly you out, you not one of your other chefs or one of your schools or whatever. That's going to be like a bonus thing. And that's my friend always talks. If they have to fly you out, hire everything for just to hold this class, have a meeting of you talking about whatever, you know, people are going to have to book it in advance and stuff like that. She's always thinking of ways to. I'm like, It sounds all nice, but it's just knowing the right people. She has that kind of whatever. She's always thinking of stuff, and when your classes, you teach your classes, they all have the aprons or the shirts that say like Anna Chef or from them farms on it. They all have to have their uniforms and you know a little clothing line or whatever it is. We need to chat on Zoom, but I have to, which is I don't want. Yeah, Zoom. I'm on every platform, so anyone or whatever. I have a new. There's a new that I've been asked to beta test. You can just download it. There's no one on there right now. We're beta testing it. We're trying to invite more people. It's called Bump, BUMP, social, and it's a new platform, and I'll be able to do everything over there. I'm beta testing it for these people and stuff, and I'm one of the content creators over there. But I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook Lite. I have a group over there from them farms. If you have Facebook, long story about that, but I just rejoined this Facebook. I made it on a light, but it's a Facebook group from them farms, and you can share recipes. You can talk about electroculture. You can talk about anything that's beneficial in helping people. Oh, and I would like to, and I'll get you with this because I'm a part of a community or a tribe that we have, in case any of these platforms shut down, we're on Discord. And the one who set this up, she actually opened a shop for me and stuff like that. But um, um, we're open to teaching classes and stuff like that on there. Open classes. Of course, you charge whatever you want, do whatever you want. But this is what I'm about: building communities, building things to help people. This other platform that I'm working with, or whatever, it's designed to help other people. Make a little side income or whatever. People that are creators that make income on here, they can do really well on there. So this is what that's pushing towards, and it's to get your content out there, and you can make a good money out of it. I'm trying to get everyone out of these 9 to 5 rat races as well. Being in more control of what you can do and can't do. Of these places too. They want you to do this, do that, and then not pay you what you're worth or talk down to you or other stuff, just like these toxic institutions that they send our children to that we were all indoctrinated and went to. I'm all about unschooling, homeschool. It's and I invite these kinds of people to come in here and talk about it. Whatever. We had Angela Hardner, who's a best-selling author for Toxic Teacher. Crystal Graham on here. I have these people on here to talk about this stuff. Just need to stop looking at all the blinders and concentrate on ourselves and help each other. I've been trying to figure out how to monetize this. Yep. They do it here on these platforms. I'm not really big on that or how to do that. This other platform, I guess I'm going to learn all that and do all that because that's what I'm going to do. And we'll be making majority of the money. A lot of these, they took a lot of the that monetize this. They don't make a lot unless they have putting a lot of content and doing the right things. But they take away a lot of the money from people. And a lot of these places, they do that. They did that with Uber. They did that with some of these social media platforms. They offer them something, then they end up taking it away. Hey, instead of 30%, now you guys are only going to make 12%. Or some crap like that. So at $100, you make $3 out of that $100 that you made us. Thank you. Appreciate you. We'll promote your stuff. That's why a good friend of mine on here, his name is Joe. He's detached from the system. Makes his own products and stuff. Uh, Teeth, deodorant, soaps, tinctures and stuff that are all natural, all not using these big corporations like Kellogg's or you know Walmart or any of these big corporations. Trying to give it all back to the people, to us that have control of this. My business partner here, this guy, he says, "Man, I want to get these into Walmart. Like as soon as you do that, I'm out." And it's good. Hey, whatever. Maybe we can change. Actually, the concept of Walmart, the original by the original Wally or whatever, had good intentions for this. They totally flipped it and corrupted it and did other things with it. I gotta head to work now. Okay. Thank you, Anna, for hanging out and get in touch. Contact me anytime. You're more than welcome to. Appreciate your time and effort and everything you do. Guys, if you guys aren't following Chef Anna, please do. You guys love it. I mean, just you guys would be there for hours looking at all the stuff that she creates. And watch her on her journey. I gotta connect her with Alma Franco. Remind me of that. Actually gotta get hey. Good morning. Just got here. What's up today? Hey, Daisy Dogs. Not much. Just talking, hanging out. I do a live every morning Saturday. I invite a content creator who's into being more self-sustainable, like a natural herbalist, um, equine therapist, someone who's into homesteading, farming, just basically information to help people and stuff like that. So, and I have it. I book them my every Saturday is booked with someone that I invite to come out here and speak to them. And my job is to totally promote them and introduce people to them and tell more people about them. That's what I do every Saturday. That's ended already. I'm just out here just promoting my moringa. I'm a moringa farmer out here in Oklahoma. And if you don't know anything about moringa is the most nutrient dense tree in the world. Benefits are endless. So if you follow me, check out my content. I'm on all social media platforms. Just telling people I'm best beta testing a new platform out there called Bump Social. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on here, but I do. But I'll be doing a lot of content, promoting a lot of stuff, inviting a lot of people on there. I'm on. I have a Facebook group over there called From Them Farms. It's on Facebook Lite. I don't know if that's a difference. It just saves data, I guess, but it's From Them Farms, just like it's written here. So it's a community there where I talk about everything that I talk about here. I do not have a yard. Can I grow it in? Yes. So I have microgreens. I have a microgreens kit, and there's microgreens. You can grow microgreens anywhere, under your bed, in your closet, in your bathtub, on your kitchen counter. I have a kitchen counter microgreen set for moringa. But you can do hydroponics. I have another Georgia's best. He's in here. He's a grower. He has plants all over his house. He's growing cucumbers, watermelons. He's growing all kinds of stuff indoors with hydroponics, and he's doing it aquaponics, and he's doing it in soil as well. So he's just 5-gallon drums, grow bags, whatever. But he's growing it indoors, and you can. So if you're in an apartment or a place you can't, and I always tell people, have a friend or a neighbor that has a yard or garden, ask if you can buy them seeds and if they can grow it, and you guys can both reap the benefits of it. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, fruits, vegetables, you grow it. But if you were, the simplest thing is to learn is to grow microgreens. I have a microgreens grant. The link's in my bio. But if you wanted other microgreens, I could connect you with other microgreen growers on this platform that they sell all over the United States. They're both great content growers. I'm actually been trying to work a schedule so they come in here and speak to you guys. But you can grow broccoli microgreens, corn microgreens, melon microgreens, moringa microgreens. You can grow rainbow radish, uh, kale, all kinds of microgreens. And it's the microgreens is different than sprouts. Sprouts is the first leaf. Uh, Microgreens is considered a microgreen. It's growing the second leaf, and that's where it's all the nutrients and everything are in that microgreen. They have a 40% more dense nutrients than the microgreen than its fully grown counterpart. Yeah, yeah. If you want to learn more about moringa, I have a free manual in there as well in my link tree. Grab the free manual. Actually, grab free samples. I have free samples in there. You're more than welcome to check it out. Grab the book. Grab the free samples of moringa and the moringa spice. You'll love this. I have had tremendous feedback from it. People love putting that spice in all their foods, their eggs, their potatoes, their burritos, their chicken, their steak, their rice. Um, and you can give it to your dog as well. And both of them you can give to your animals, all your pets. You can share this with your pets. You can put it in your plants. there's no bad benefit from anything about moringa. This is the powder form. It's the leaves that are dried up and made into powder form. But every part of the moringa, raw or cooked or dried, is beneficial from the leaves all the way down to the roots. What was I gonna? If I'm not following you, yeah, I am following you. Making sure I was. That's wonderful. I have two dogs. Oh man, I was just one of the she bought. I think she got the samples. And no, she actually got one of my kits too, where I had the oil, the powder, and the seeds, which I don't have anymore. I just have the. Now I'm having a special with just the powder and the spice. But she gives it to her dogs. Her dog has rheumatoid arthritis, or and it helps with their pain, and it helps with she's able to move around. I give it to my dogs. I have pits. I have Aussies. I have a horse. They love it. The main thing you can get from this, if they're getting no other benefits from it, you know that they're getting their daily value of nutrition. Even if you take it for no other reason, or you give it to your family for no other reason, you know that your family is getting the amino acid count that they need, and you know they're getting their daily vitamins. So doctors always recommend, hey, take a multivitamin. This is nature's multivitamin on steroids, basically. It's awesome. So what you'll notice in your animals is their digestion. Uh, they're getting nutrients. Their coats are shinier. They have more energy. They have less pain. A lot of the swelling and inflammation stops. Uh, it goes on and on and on. Pups, they seem to grow faster, or helps with their growth. It does a lot of different stuff because it's providing the right nutrients. And like I said, it's if you have a garden or anything like that, it's great for your soil. It's the number one companion plant in the world. It's the number one natural fertilizer. It's the number one natural pesticide. Helps with water erosion. It detoxifies your soil from um, toxic metals. It actually cleans it out. And the reason why it's the number one companion plant is because it has an enzyme called zeatin, which is the fountain of youth for humans. But for plants and soil, it helps them germinate faster and it helps them grow bigger yields. And that's the reason the plant itself, or the tree itself, grows so fast. It's one of the fastest growing trees in the world. But yeah, I do have some videos, and I think one of the videos I have pinned is actually from Tyler, who talks about Barbara O'Neill and her new book, and he was on his podcast. I'm Tyler's a good friend of mine. He's a microgreens farmer, homesteader. Yeah, he has his own seeds and stuff like that. So heirloom seeds, but he's a great. I know a lot of my friends that actually purchase microgreen kits from him. So he has a tremendous amount of different microgreen kits that you can grow on your counter, bundles that are really nice and really helpful. I think you would enjoy them. Hey, 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 what's up? Hey, Sergeant, what's up, brother? What's up, buddy? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hey, hey, hey. I'm starting to really get into my health. Well, this is a good place to start. You know, all the people I invite on here are herbalists and, you know, are are into health or better their health, better food, better water. So if you need pointing in the right direction, if you watch my live. So if you, I'm going to start posting these on YouTube. So my last one was a gut specialist who 80% people suffer with gut health, can change all kinds of what she's on my YouTube channel. I posted it up there to see the whole live. She talks about gut health. But she's a good person to talk to, Alma. A lot of the people I put on here are people that are trying to change people's health and better it. Yep. So, but if nothing else, and there's a magnesium spray, all kinds of stuff out there. Start little things at a time. Change something, but your eating habits, it took you a long time to get there. It's going to take you a while to change stuff. And I think that was Alma, the gut specialist or the board certified um, nutrition specialist. She started because gut issues, and she started changing stuff of her lifestyle or eating or whatever. And sometimes it's a dramatic change, and so she had to change her eating habits and went vegan for a while just to clear her health in her gut and her change. But adding something like, you know, moringa or magnesium spray, something that's Celtic salt or something like that, Baja Gold salt, whatever, turmeric, knowing what these things can do for your health may help. But a lot of it, you have to fix the root of the problem or find out what it is. And changing your gut health can change a lot of things. It can change your blood pressure, eczema, your digestion, the way your food processes. So a lot of that starts there. Then, adding certain and eating certain things can prolong that or help it or assist it. I'm collecting all my herbs, and when I get everything, I am going to be changing. Yep. Start with small little adjustments. Don't try to add in everything and do everything at once. Fasting, maybe for 1 or 2 days or for a whole day, then do it for a couple days, 3 days, 6 days, you know, a month. But a lot of different stuff, could help and change things. When something's not working right, it's always you have to adjust and see what's going on. But you have to take notes and say, hey, I did this, especially if you're looking to what's messing up. It could be the dairy products, it could be a certain meat or whatever. But a lot of stuff, I used to have real bad allergies for one thing. I used to be lactose intolerant and stuff like that. And a lot of things I've changed, and I no longer have a lot of those. I've developed other things over the years too, that health issues and changing certain things over time, you know, help with those things. So moringa, it does, but like I said, it took me a while to get in the health that I was. I mean, I was a fitness. Thought I was really healthy. I was amateur bodybuilder, did all kinds of stuff, man. But powerlifting, working out. I thought I was eating. I wasn't eating total clean, but I ate. But I ate for protein and putting on mass. I'd even have this. Then I was even drinking any moringa back in the day. Wish I was, but I knew about juicing and all that, and I did raw vegan for a whole year, but I still didn't know what I know today. I wish I was doing raw vegan and did this now, or the stuff that I knew. And I might actually do that. I might do that for a while and change out some stuff. It's good to go totally shock your system and go into, so cleanse out the stuff and get your body working for itself. Your body should actually helps with your healing and stuff, and body knows, but if you doesn't have the right elements or the tools to help itself, it can't make those adjustments. So sometimes you have to reset, press the reset button on your health and body, and just start over. And that's why fasting, because you're deleting everything out of your system that your body's been doing. Like, oh shit, what the heck happened? Oh, we're resetting, starting over. So then you start adding good things back to your body. Well, we're gonna start eating this, or we're gonna start taking this, and then your body's like, well, this is different than before, but I'm liking it. Hey, it helps me do this, or it helps me do that. So, hey, good afternoon. Hey, welcome, welcome. How are you? Can't wait for my moringa samples to arrive. Yes, I can't either. And uh, DM me or post me or tell me. I love to hear results. I love to help people. They always contact me back. Hey, man, the helps my dog, or helps me, or hey, help this, or I have more energy, or and those are just the samples. Those are just samples. And in anything, some work really fast. Just in any herbs or whatever you're taking, or just food or whatever it is. And some it takes longer. So some take the samples and say, well, I didn't benefit from it, or I don't think I did, or whatever. How many days? It only lasted, a couple days, or it lasted a week, or whatever it lasted for them. Maybe the doses, or whatever they were just trying to. But the whole goal is to have you sample it and then try it and says, hey, and make it into a daily regimen. The benefits in the long run are excellent. You know, I take this stuff but my whole family takes it. My dogs, my horses, my animals, my everyone in my family. So we all benefit from it. So I get this by the pound. It goes through pretty fast, but we put it in our meals. We put it in for the dogs eating their meals. We drink teas out of it. And that's something you don't have to buy any of the powder and stuff. We have capsules, we have pills, we have tinctures. Like you can just the daily benefits of drinking. If you like tea, we have a mint tea that's amazing, cold or hot. It is good. But you can sprinkle it in your foods. The spice, man, adds a different taste to stuff, but it's good. I haven't had anyone says, "Oh man, that spice was gross," But it has other healing properties in it as well. So you're not only benefiting from the moringa, benefiting from the other spices as well that coexist and they help each other. I do like tea. I was eyeing it. Yeah, yeah. We had a special. I think it was last year or a year before. I think that's when I first joined the collective. But they had the loose leaf and the mint tea, and man, we couldn't get off it. We couldn't have enough of that mint tea. And those bags. So the way ours works with the mint tea. Actually put that up here. So they're refillable bags. See, when I first got this before, I knew Kendrick and whatever. I threw away all my bags, but they're reusable. You can put any loose leaf in there. Just you have to use them. Just rinse them out and dry them or whatever, and then redo it. And they're reusable, so you can use one about 5 6 times or whatever, and then use another one or whatever. But they're refillable, so you can just keep them and just buy more tea and just refill them. Let me see if I have it on here. Well, we do have this, but I was just trying to show you the bags. Let's see if this will even print on here. They're not sharing any of my stuff. Oh, there it is. Here's a loose leaf mint tea. But the bags, let's see if I have a thing with the bags. They're refillable. Here we go. See these little bags, they're refillable. There's like a little string. They look like a little purse. So they sit on the end of your cup or whatever, but amazing stuff. Yeah. I love the taste. Love the taste of this, man. This is, you know, that got me hooked. Was it one of the first things I took? No, I think I took the capsules at the same time, or were they first? But I think this is one of the first because I love tea. So it was one of the first things that I experienced first was the loose leaf and the loose leaf mint tea. Mm. I think the only thing I didn't like this was ginger, but I think it was with the mint and ginger. I don't know how. I've had mint and ginger before, but never with the moringa. But some people like it with lemon. Some people like it with the ginger. I've seen those bags. Yeah. What kind of soil do you recommend? Well, first got to build up your soil, but recommend. We actually, uh, we actually build up our own soil. So, like, I do a lot of composting and stuff like that. We out here in Oklahoma, we have that red clay or that red dirt. So, which stuff grows good from it? So we got a horse, so we have a lot of horse manure we mix into it, or we got the grass clippings and the other tree clippings. Moringa, we have a moringa powder, so you can add moringa into this soil. Either the elixir, which is a tincture for your soil. It's just the moringa made into a liquid form. It's cooked for over 16 hours. But we add that to our soil. You can add peat moss. You can add peatolite. There's all kinds of stuff you can do for your soil. Worm castings. There's one my wife talks about. It's from the volcanic ashes of Hawaii or whatever. It's a good one to put in there. And creating that, because you want that dark, deep soil. If you had to buy planting soil from the store, you can. But all your soil, after like that, you want to put some type of a mulch on top. That helps with it as well. It helps keep the moisture in. It helps feed your plants. Because I just get regular potting soil. That's fine. But you can add stuff to your potting soil. See what it already has. You can add Pedialyte to it. Not Pedialyte. Peatlight, whatever. Peatlight, you know what I'm talking about. That white stuff. The rock or whatever. But you can add moringa to it. You could add banana water. Water your stuff with that. But the banana water has, all the nutrients and potassium and, whatever. But it has to soak for a while. So, let it soak for a day or two. I do that with the rainwater. There's all kinds of stuff. Worm castings. But like I said, I make my own compost and make my own soil. And that's something too that, if you're in your own business, you can make your own potting soil. So if you add peatlight and mulch and stuff like that, make your own potting soil. You sell that at farmer's market, along with your moringa trees or your microgreens. People always ask me, hey, what kind of I got potting soil right here. $5 more, Hey, another $20, I'll give you a pot number. If you tell you that, for you can upgrade it, I can come to your house and actually plant it. You can upgrade the sale from whatever. But that's what Kendrick always says. Hey, get tons of your mulch and potting mix, and create your own, and then sell it in bags at farmers market. Test it yourself, see if it's good stuff. A lot of people test the pH balances and stuff. That's what's so important, I think, in soil, right? Is the pH balance. Organic soils, yep. And that's why I like my moringa. Moringa is the number one natural fertilizer, number one natural pesticide, number one companion plant, and it not only detoxifies the heavy toxin metals in your soil, and it detoxifies your soil, kind of like sunflowers. Sunflowers do the same, but it helps your other plants germinate faster and bigger yields. So it's supplying all the nutrients and minerals that the other plants need as well. Like I recommend planting a smaller moringa before it matures, into your garden beds and into your raised beds and stuff. I just learned that from Kendrick. He's like, yeah, add one of those little trees, and then add your bigger trees to your little trees, and you help your little trees, and your little trees they help those smaller trees, and then and your plants and other stuff. So they contribute, they help each other, and trees and plants do that. They all help each other. Trees help all each other's when one's dying and stuff. They have their own network going. um, it's called, yeah. Let's see if I can actually put this on here. That's my tea. Let's see if I can. Oh no, I can't. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. But I do have my bio kit. That's the one. Hey, anyone know how to? I'm trying to come out with my own merch. I have all my designs. I just have problems connected. But if anyone knows more about that or have any suggestions, I'm working with this program, but I can't get my logos and everything to get on there properly, and I'm just bad at stuff. But anyone have any pointers or anything like that? Let's see. Let me see if I can find this. I'm trying to find our bio kit. I don't even know if it'll let me put it on here. It wasn't letting me put it on here before. Sometimes they'll let me share stuff, and sometimes I don't know why. Like I used to be able to go on this thing and share whatever I wanted. Now they won't let me do that either. Why not? Let me see if it does it. I have one here. I don't know what the dog was doing. Okay, let me see. Okay, in this bio kit. So this is a starter kit for growing moringa. But if you get the bio kit, it has see this elixir. It's the moringa cooked down. So this is the powder, and it's kind of an orangish when it's cooked down or whatever. It's cooked over for 16 hours, making this powder, and you add it. It's just moringa leaves and all the stuff cooked down, and it's great for your soil. You add it with your soil, sprinkle it into your soil, and then this is the elixir. This is it's actually, I believe, this. I don't know what other ingredients are in it. The guy who makes the stuff for us um, is a moringa farmer, but he won't tell the whole process of it. This is his baby product, his child, his so he we just know he cooks it for 16 hours in the machine that he invented and some other stuff. But this stuff's like liquid gold. You spray it on your plants every 15 days, and it not only helps with pesticide, but it helps it growth and gives it the nutrients and everything that it needs. And you can spray it on indoor and outdoor plants. I have a lot of people that actually have the bio kit, and they love it. They love the bio kit. Their fruits and vegetables are doing tremendous yields. They notice their plants are healthier. Uh, and I'm going to do an experiment with using this and using electroculture. Electroculture, a lot of people have pests and their plants aren't doing real well. Adding something like electroculture to your soil or to your plants will help tremendously. And then having good soil or doing stuff like this. We have test kits and stuff so you can test your soil and your trees and your leaves and stuff like that. And there's other ways. I think I have a video. I don't know if I posted it on here as a video that talks about your pH, and that's the most important thing, is how to fix or change your pH in your soil. But if you have something like this, actually does that for you or helps you with that process. So, like when you have your seeds, any seeds that before you plant them, you'll soak them in the solution for 24 hours and they feed it. They're going to have the nutrients in there. It's going to be soaked into the seed. So not only do they have the nutrients in the seed, they'll also have this added boost. So they may germinate faster, and the yields, it's like gives them a shot of like, wow, hey man, this is amazing. That's how your plants feel. I used electroculture for the first time last year. I got huge yields. Yes, that's amazing. And a lot of people like a farm out here that you don't have to put one of those. So electroculture, it's not as complicated as some people try. You have to turn it to the south and north and make this little, spiral. Or there's people that just stick it in the ground. They build a big tower, like a big, huge antenna, and just stick that, and it covers a big portion of land. I know people that just stick, just the wire, no twirling or anything. Just stick it in the ground, and there's all kinds of different ways. A lot more. Some people just make antennas. Some people do the swirly and put it north and south, and south and north or west or whatever. It's not as complicated as people make it, and some of it may help, may not help. I've had people do that and had no results. I have people do it and had great results. So you got to just do what works and what helps. Animals love electroculture. Did you know that? I have a view on that too. They'll go, like your dogs will go near it. Animals will attract to it because they know the healing benefits that it has. There's a grower here in Oklahoma. He had some, I don't know if they were the Asian beetles or some kind of mite. It was his tree was dying, and he just put electroculture around it, and man, within a week, man, it was thriving and nourished and no pests around it. It was awesome. Well, I'm actually going to jump off here, load this video, maybe edit it, and then put it live on my YouTube channel. You guys can join me on any platform. Check me out on Facebook, From Them Farms group. You guys are more welcome to join it. Charge my phone, put some other stuff up. If there's no sunshine where you're at, make your own. Love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, DM me. Check out my link tree. My samples are still up there. Grab yourself some. From Them Farms to your home.